Hello, everyone. Welcome to Busy Bees 3, Furry Road. Thank you for joining us for an evening of... It's still Dungeons & Dragons. I mean, there will be carnage, but it's D&D carnage, I hope. That's the plan. Anyway, we're going to aim for D&D carnage. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone's playing fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. Sorry, it's a post-apocalyptic nightmare. We'll get to the details of it later, but for now, that's what's happening. Everyone plays individual post-apocalyptic nightmares who have their own post-apocalyptic nightmare sheets to tell them who they are, what they can do. They're rolling 20-sided dice. 20s are good, 1s are bad. They're all level 10. They all have a megaton of magic items. Let's see how this goes. Anyway, while they play all of their post-apocalyptic nightmares, I'll be playing the apocalypse itself. More on that shortly. But I'll be describing everything that happens in the world and the apocalypse itself, and they'll be trying to solve it. And that's what we're doing. That's how it's happening. That's how it's going. Wow, I just realized it's the last time everyone gets to introduce themselves on stream, as we're doing these as pre-recorded VTs from now on, but we're the last ones who don't. Better make it count, peeps. Make it count. This is the last live character introduction you'll ever do.
Pressure.
So, yeah, make it good. Let's start with Tom.
Hello. It's me, Tom. As you can see, some things have happened. This isn't even character. I've just gone through some stuff. Do you want me to introduce my character?
Yes. I think because it's a one-shot, you want to say your character, their pronouns, and your pronouns as well, and so people can start recognizing which post-apocalyptic fiction you're ripping off.
Sure. Hi. Turns out war never changes.
That's not your post-apocalyptic fiction. That's Fallout. You're not doing Fallout.
Okay, fine. War has changed. Is that better?
I don't think war has or hasn't changed in your franchise.
That's the beginning of, I think it's 4, where he goes, yeah, it says the war has changed, and then you sing everyone with the PMCs and the... Anyway, my name's Liquid Otter. You might recognize me from previous Busy Bees. No, that otter is dead. And it's missing an eye. It's been 20 years. I'm the only surviving original Busy Bee. I'm very sad. I've got a tuft of hair and in character a beautiful moustache.
You sad only in one eye, though?
Yes.
Okay.
I also used to have a hat that used to contain the tears, and now I just cry freely.
Damn, that is an opening and a half there. Oh, wow. Liz, do you want to take over from there?
I don't know, Chris. Yes, hello. Hello, my name's Liz. I use they, them, and I will be playing Pickle, the post-apocalyptic pelican who uses she, they pronouns. It's been a long 20 years. Pickle's changed somewhat, but we'll have to see what happens when the descriptions come through.
Oh, I see. Some secrets from Pickle, the post-apocalyptic penguin, which is a mouthful. My God.
Penguin? Pelican.
That's the big change.
It's very day. Get out.
Is Pickle disguised as a penguin as well?
She is now.
I just imagined a penguin paladin, and I am so happy.
Well defend.
Oh, it's Pingu in my head.
Oh, no.
Can we just change your character, Liz?
No, we're remaining pelican.
Let's move on. Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing the delightfully... I'm playing Clint. Or at least he used to be called Clint. Now he goes by the pseudonym C. Because he's been preparing for this post-apocalypse for a little while too long. He's been huffing on that gas, siphoning it out of the Waterdavian nobles' cars. He's been storing up keys in his basement. He's been filing all those government documents, and he knows what's up. And it's probably quite bad.
I mean, canonically, everything was fine until Clint threw his hat away and started this mess.
I refuse to acknowledge these baseless claims. From my memory, it was Wilby who threw the hat in a spur of the moment action, which we assumed would be cut from the edit. Alas, we have to live with the consequences of our actions. Don't we, Wilby?
I blame nanomachines.
Exactly. It's chemtrails, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so Clint was prepping before there was anything to prep for, which is intriguing. Good, right. Let's get to our new characters, though. Let's start with Nat.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Her Royal Highness Princess Antoinette Dorothy Clefairy Chopper T. Nook the First. Some call her Tony, but you can call her Princess El Bandito.
Go through the list of names again.
That is Princess Antoinette Dorothy Clefairy Chopper T. Nook the First.
Chopper T. Nook.
Yes.
Nook.
Is Nook separated, so that means you're also a post-apocalyptic landlord who takes everyone's money?
No, that's my dad.
Oh, right, okay. I'm glad that got dropped in there. No, I'm your friend. No, you can have a lovely time on this island. Where's my money?
Trapped here forever.
He'll be
Keep
in
working.
kneecaps.
You're doing a great job.
I do think it's own special hell, that game. Good, lovely. Thank you very much, Her Royal Highness El Bandito. Yeah, okay, good. And last but not least, John.
Hello, everybody. I am John. I am using he, him pronouns. I am tonight playing as Professor Mollusk, who uses he, they pronouns. And like
Anything
Liz,
else about Professor? Are you saving it? Are you saving it?
like
Okay.
Liz, I'm keeping my powder dry.
Okay, that's fine by me. Cool. Well, friends, this stream will run for hopefully 3 hours, but honestly, I don't know. It's going to be a very fun one shot, and we'll see where we get to. There'll be a break somewhere near the middle. Just keep up with us as we go. Should be fine. Also, we are sponsored, unbelievably. So just relax as the sponsor videos roll from now.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum test.
We are also supported by Warriors of Waterdeep. Take your team of warriors on a quest spanning the Forgotten Realms, all on your mobile. Power up your teams with items, work with your guild to defeat hordes of enemies, and test your mettle in the arena. And to make all of that work, you need gems. As we frequently say, the hunt for gems is real. Pop !wow gems into chat for a link to collect free gems and get yourself that nice sword you've been looking at, or revive your heroes against a deadly foe. Download link !Warriors of Waterdeep in chat.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and ! characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com. There we go. Buy all of that stuff. Cool. So we are Roll Together RPG on all the socials. There are links in chat. Do like, follow, and subscribe. A massive thank you to the D20 Club. You are wonderful. You are marvelous. None of this would be happening without you. None of this would be happening without you, because I believe Busy Bees 3 Furry Road was your suggestion. I believe it all goes back to you. So, we'll have words. Anyway, you can join them on Patreon. There's a link in chat, and you can join them from just £1, $1. There's no lower level. Just join them if you want to. Bit of cash would be great because it helps us keep doing this stuff. And the D20 Club are awesome. They helped us set up a fan wiki, !wiki in chat, and a fan Discord, !Discord in chat, where you can find out more about all of our stories and how they all interlink with each other, which they all do. They're all interlinked. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Even this one. How you
didn't think that was going to work.
No, no. We'll find out later. Yes, so join them all, and that would be nice. All of our shows are also available as podcasts. Just search Roll Together RPG in your favorite podcasting app. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters of wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we acknowledge it does sometimes happen. We have a company policy in place for correction, should the need arise. Check out chat for our safety warnings. I'm not sure what the safety warnings for this are going to be yet, but because we pre-record, you'll have them they'll be there. Sorry, future whoever's dealing with that, that's your problem. But yes, there will be safety warnings. You can also, if you put !safety in chat, there's that link. There's also a link to the TTRPG Safety Toolkit, which we use to play safely as a group. We use pause cards and other things. You probably won't see them because we tend to edit those out. But just so you know, safe tables, good tables. We should do the same. Anyway, that's enough practical stuff. Time for the carnage! Welcome back. So what's happening? Well, if you've seen the first Busy Bees, you know that some delightful animals were awakened to help out a bucolic village somewhere in the Sword Coast. And then in the second Busy Bees, they met some other awakened animals and went to a thinly veiled rip-off of Blackpool. These are all things that have happened. In the second Busy Bees, the Busy Bees stumbled across a hat box, and inside that hat box they got special hats that gave them special abilities, and one of those hats let them summon the Tarrasque by throwing it away, which they didn't know. And they pulled that hat, they put it on, and they summoned the Tarrasque, the apocalypse personified. It is now 20 years later. The Sword Coast is gone. The entirety of Faerun has been chomped and chomped again by the Tarask, a gigantic bipedal lizard. It's definitely not a ripoff of Godzilla. That leans slightly further forward than the Godzilla you imagine. It has almost sort of like T-Rex style gait. It has a hard keratinous shell over the top of it that deflects all sorts of magic. And it is also voracious. It devours everything in its path, buildings, people, you name it. Over the last 20 years, it has done a number on Faerun. Most major cities have been annihilated. They all tried to defeat it. Some of them even banded together. In some cases, unfortunately, the big bad arriving off in the distance made all the factions within the city start to fight each other, and then they were just easy, slim pickings, apocalypse stuff. But yes, it's all gone. All of it. High-level NPCs, some of them even tried to fight it, but couldn't withstand its voracious appetite and continuous devouring. There's nothing really left now. Apart from these 5, who somehow survived and kept on surviving through hardship, through pain, through suffering, or just having a great old time in some cases, looking at you, Her Royal Highness Amanito. But yes, survived, have a plan for taking out this monstrous eater of worlds. And that is where we find them. On a bluff overlooking destruction, wind-swept destruction, where once used to be Waterdeep and now is nothing. These 5 are near their battle bus. Yes, indeed, there's a battle bus. And it's probably the sun just about creeping over the horizon onto an anemic yellow and red sand sky. Think very Mad Max, it's that. And all 5 of you are ready for this, your final battle. You've prepared. You know the plan. But also some of you have a really low intelligence score, so we might need to recap that. But who is the who is the first to, I hesitate to say wake, who's been up, who's been preparing, and how are you preparing?
Oh, I think Her Royal Highness El Bandito is at the battle bus and has been awake for X number of hours already because just...
Do you ever sleep?
I mean, what is sleep, really?
Oh, good.
and she's just given a little stroke, and she's been fine-tuning things, just and gently giving it some reassurance, like, you've got this, Spangled Tits, you've got this. I believe in you.
And her fine-tunings have, sure, involved, like, greasing things and making sure the engine's running, but has also involved, like, spray painting. Is it like a giant neon, like, there's a mind flare on the side of the bus, and probably a bugbear, like just various creatures.
I mean, you just called it, and you didn't tell any of us you were going to do this. Spangled Tits. Does it have spangly tits now? Are you spray painting spangly tits on it as well?
No, it just had the word on it.
Shame. Okay.
But it's bright pink and glittery.
Cool. Okay.
If we survive, we'll add spangled tits. That's the agreement we made when the rest of us lost the vote.
There was a vote?
I just wanted to call it Battle Bus. I thought it was a good, strong name.
Easy to read in a stat menu. Yeah. Good.
Yep. Straight at the top. Battle Bus.
Great. Good. Lovely.
Under Abacus.
You can keep calling her that, but she's actually Spangled Tits, and actually she's quite insulted that you don't use her real name.
Camera pans around. I've been standing there.
Are you there, Liquid Otter? Are you standing nearby as...
I've been crouching.
You're crouching?
Very dramatically. Yeah. Just looking.
Behind a box?
Yeah. Not behind a box. I am the box. Surprise.
Are you crouching in a box for no reason?
Absolutely.
Great. Good. Lovely.
Stealth.
The box has also been spray painted.
Oh. What have you put on my box?
It's a dick.
Love how there was no hesitation on that, Nat. Just went straight in. Nah, that's a dick.
I just say, I've written a note on my notes, and all it says is spangle tits.
Great.
That's my first note of the game.
That's an important note to take, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, as we mean to go on.
Okay, so Liquid Otter is there, but hiding.
I was hiding, and then I got given away by a dick. Where am I gesturing? That's for you to decide.
It's not the first time. Good. So that's where we find El Bandito and Liquid Otter. Where are the others?
So standing on top of the bus, aka Spangle Tits, is Pickle the post-apocalyptic pelican. She now has a shaved head. Yes, she has feathers, but not on her head. So from the crown of her head to like the top of her beak, her beak has got like many piercings. But yes, Chris.
Wait. Did you shave your head or did you pluck your head?
I guess it depends on the mood that she's in.
It's not just stress.
It's a mixture. Who knows?
Is it like properly like shaved, or is it more like Bill Bailey tonsured? Like, what are we talking?
No, it's fully shaved,
Okay.
and I like to think that perhaps El Bandito has been enlisted to spray something onto the shaved area.
What would you like?
It's a dick.
Oh, anything you would like. I won't be able to see it, will I? Use your creativity, dear. You always do. Come on.
It's a dick.
It's like spiked waves going backwards. This like bright blue spiked waves, but if you look closely, they are pretty.
Dicks.
There's like balls at the bottom.
Good, right?
Reminds me of many of my friends. Anyway, so her beak, she has loads of piercings in it, but it's actually shrapnel that's just kind of got stuck in there through whatever has happened.
Damn.
She's got her goggles on, and yes, the infamous short shorts from 20 years ago, they are still wrapped around her little butt.
Are they ragged now or are they pristine?
I think they're pristine. I think they are literally the only thing she cares about.
Cockroaches and short shorts, that's what survives the apocalypse now, we know.
Toads.
Cockroaches in short shorts.
Oh, dear God.
She's got like a dented but very efficient mithril armor that she's probably picked up from a corpse, I guess, somewhere, and a helmet of prepper power, which she will put onto her head. Now, she is always prepared. So in either hand, she has a flail. Yes, she got on top of the bus with these, so kind of like dragged them up the side. Mm-hmm. Sorry, El Bandito. One looks like a really fucked up boy, like a sea boy, not a child.
One fucked up boy.
We just need to clarify that one.
A really fucked up boy. Just a really messed up boy.
But it's like it's the boy, be it a child or a plastic object, is constantly emanating incense, and the other flail is basically a cannonball with nails in it, and she's stood atop Spangle Tits, surveying the scene of no more water deep in front of her.
Yeah, and it is a sight to behold, and from your vantage point, which is slightly higher than the others, but only very little, you do get a sort of lovely view across the valley that used to be Waterdeep City and the big mountain of Mount Waterdeep still raging. And where the ocean used to be, most of that's been drunk by the Tarrasque too, so it's all gone. It's all gone. There is a sort of half-naked statue upside down in the sand, slightly comically. But apart from that, yeah, that's it. Cool. Where are the other two?
So you hear before you see, and you hear it directly in your heads through telepathy. Mm-hmm. You hear, this bloody machine, it is terrible. Oh my God, which way was it, left or right? And then out of a small pipe just near Tony comes a snail. Just a standard garden snail. And he says to Tony, it is horrible in there. I have fixed the valve. I think we will be good to go.
Oh, brilliant work, Professor. Do you want helping anywhere?
Maybe when we are ready, you can place me in the slug.
I will do. Do you want to get out of there for now, though? Do you want to sit on my shoulder for a bit?
Would you mind? It would be very convenient. Merci.
Bandito will, / Tony will lift him onto her shoulder, which I did not describe, but is like bright purple and pink spikes and like bits of armor that have been. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the important bit is the skull that's on the top of her head.
Absolutely.
Your Royal Highness, you did not think camouflage was perhaps important in our attempt to steal upon his Tarask to enact our plan? It is possible.
Once I finish, though, this will be camouflage.
Oh, you will paint the whole terrain?
I will paint the whole world.
It is a good plan. I like it. It is stupid.
And then no one will ever see me again. Like a ninja.
You are an incredible genius, madam.
So lonely.
So yes, we have a snail. Just a snail. Good, right. Lovely. Clint, where can we find you?
Around the back of the battle bus, you can see a moist scaled tail creeping around the corner, and all you can hear is...
You've practiced that, Sam.
Yeah. That's all I've done for the last week. Anyway, as you sort of as you peer around the corner, you see that the sort of socket that the fuel is contained within has a long hose out of it, which is leading into the bearded mouth of a very elderly looking beaver wearing what looks like a bulletproof vest, but is clearly just made from hammered out baked bean tins. What looks like a cap, which is also made out of hammered out baked bean tins, and some trousers, which have been sewn together elegantly from some of the grasses which still remain in this locale. Clint is siphoning out the lumpy fuel from inside the battle bus, and then sort of pulls out a long hose, and then takes out a small container from his waistband and begins to refuel the battle bus. As he then sort of turns around and just wipes some reddish juice from his chin and his beard and peers around, notices that Liquid Otter is hiding under a cardboard box, and instinctively a great sorrow overcomes him as he turns around to look back at the shining cheeks of whatever that statue is far in the distance.
It's just like literally from the waist, cheeks, feet. That's it.
Is it upside down as well? Feet in the air?
Yeah. From this angle, you can only see cheek.
Good.
The other side would be more harrowing.
It would look like the spray paint on my head, right?
Most of it's been broken off now, so...
Okay.
By the Tarask?
Yeah, it was hungry for one thing.
I know it.
No, unfortunately, they're not very good. They don't hold together very well on stats. You tend to fall off stat. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Cool. The five of you are around your battle bus, and Professor Mollusk, you might want to assemble the troops. In the distance, you do hear, you expected this, a faint rumble. The Tarask has taken up what can be described as a certain circuitous route. It is not quite like clockwork, but it does tend to follow a similar path, trying to find places that it missed in the first and second and third onslaught that it made. Probably go for the cheeks this time, probably. But it is looking for any remainder of food to consume. There is not much else left.
So, Beaver, come around here.
Yeah.
Is it full of beans?
The bus is full of beans, baby.
Then I think soon we will be ready for what may be our last depart. But before, it is important to know what we are doing. It is as the last adventurers in all of Faerun. It is our opportunity to get rid of this big fucking chompy lizard shit who has been messing with the whole world. Is this what we want to achieve?
It is now. I suppose I don't have much of a choice in the matter, considering, well, you know.
Considering you caused it, Clint, yes, I think you are fucking responsible.
Perhaps I
what
did.
What are you doing being so fucking coy?
It was one Davian noble.
There is no perhaps
distressing us with the naked ass of the god catcher while they were burrowing away. protecting themselves under their city. Okay, Clint, it's okay. The damage has been done.
I mean, I think it's fair to say the damage is still ongoing, but most of the damage is done. Most of it.
At some point in time, you have apologized enough for your actions.
And when's that, Clint? I mean, we've got all the time. No, we don't. We've got some time left.
Well, I'm sorry if you feel upset at the state of the world around you.
I'm going to tackle him.
just from under the box, just
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Any implication this is not your fault as well?
How's this my fault?
Well, if my mind serves me correctly, which admittedly it may not, all things considered, I might have
Sort of try to dust himself off and squeeze out of this chokehold.
Yeah, just try
We've not rolled anything yet, and I don't think we need to.
to remind everybody, Pleasant, I was not the only one who decided to remove hats from a box.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to remember who canonically took it out first. I think it might have been...
It was Sam, yeah.
It was you! You were the first one to take it out of the hat.
But had you taken a second hat, it could have been your fault instead.
I was able to counter spell. I used one counter spell and then Hop fired a second fireball and then I lost my eye. And now Hop's dead. Everyone's dead.
But that's how you lost your eye. You never said I could have laid my hands upon your face and...
No,
perhaps...
he deserved it and so did Hop.
I'm going to choke you out.
Again, no rolls necessary.
I'm going to shake you and like ammo falls out and just...
Meant it. I meant every word of it.
Come on, you pair of idiots, stop this. You are two stupid mammals who flop around in a river. Who threw the hat? It does not fucking matter anymore, you stupid otter, beaver. What does it matter who threw the hat? We threw the hat.
For you to say your home wasn't destroyed in all of this.
Sorry, Clint, I did not understand you there. I was monologuing. I did not expect to be interrupted by someone who is so fond of beans.
Well, sir, it did not matter. I apologize for my misspeaking.
I'm next to you and I was like, I heard what you said and I think it matters. It's like it's almost like bipolar switch. You're like, no, now you've been rude. I'm like, no, it's fine.
Oh no, the old friends suffering 20 years later. I see a plot arc.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, John, sorry.
It has been a long time for you two, especially, and for you as well, Pickle. We know this. It is helpful what you told us about how this monstrosity arrived, but I think we have the chance to beat it. Her Royal Highness and myself have come up with a solution. But for a solution to be effective, we need to get inside the Tarrasque. Whether we penetrate its hide, whether we go into its mouth somehow, I do not know yet. But this is the key to the solution. We need
Gotta make it eat the boom booms.
We need to make we need to make it eat a certain device that I will be carrying on my person, and this is the plan. But a Tarrasque is important. No fire, it will not work. Do not try to use too much magic, it might bounce hit you in the face. And do not be too charming, it will not work.
One can never be too charming, Professor Mollusk.
I love how you're going through some important stat stuff, but don't be charming just somehow. Excuse me, would you mind stopping?
What brings a Tarrasque like you to such a place?
I cast suggestion.
You come here often? I know you do, because he ate most of that statue last time. You've got to tell me if you're seduced. Please tell me.
Yeah, under languages is just a dotted line, so yeah, you know. I'm sorry, John, you were saying.
Her Royal Highness El Bandito, do you have anything to add from your research on this horrible, horrible beast?
Was I supposed to prepare a speech as well? You did a really good job. All I'm going to say is I will try to tone down the charming, but some people just can't resist me, So...
It is true, you are exquisite.
Thank you.
In the distance, this rumble is now getting a little bit louder, and you can see this gargantuan figure starting to appear on the edge of the horizon. To give a sense of scale, it is so big that this giant statue that is arse out in the air is not, like, barely half its height. Your bus driving alongside it is probably about the size of up to its ankle. It is gargantuan. Also, in a surprise to no one, this creature's presence and slow destruction of everything around it has attracted various creatures that seem to ride on its back and sort of pick up some morsels along the way. It probably doesn't get on with it too well. It probably doesn't get on with them too well, but it's quite hard to get rid of them, so it probably just lets them be there. So there's sort of strange cloud of creatures screeching above its head. This gigantic being is slowly hoving into view and making its way through this valley. It's very large and very fast.
Professor Mollusk, it just occurred to me. Did we do any anatomical studies on this thing? Like, I know we gotta get inside it, but do we have to go in the mouth? Like, is the other way an option? Just checking.
It would not be my first choice, but...
I mean, sure, no, but the mouth is where all the teeth are.
Hang on. Yeah. I genuinely don't know this, so I'm going to Google, does a
Tarrasque have an anus?
Yeah. And does that anus have teeth?
I mean,
it's also important.
It must need to excrete what it takes in.
I don't think it does. I don't think it excretes. I think that's the thing.
Right.
Tarrasque has 3 stomachs.
But surely she gets gas once in a blue moon.
just vapor.
Maybe beans is the way.
The first result is, does the Demogorgon have a butthole, which is just an amusing thing in itself.
you know that was someone trying to, like, rule 34 the Demogorgon.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, good to know for Busy Bees 4.
No, apparently it does not.
It doesn't have an anus.
It does not, because it doesn't excrete its food. It just devours it and breaks it down to nothing.
Well, let's rule out the butthole plan.
I mean, it served us so well up to this point. Let's get rid of it.
It's Liquid Otter quietly smoking in the corner. Is that what this is?
I wondered what this was. I was like, what are you doing, them?
It steadies his aim, apparently.
Yeah.
It's just threatening me.
It also lets me see lasers.
Yeah, that all tracks.
Yeah.
I tell you, Tom, when I took up smoking when I was 13, all I wanted to do was be stiller and see lasers. That was the trick, yeah. Wasn't peer pressure at all. Good, right. Good. So, what's the plan? The creature is now visible, and however you are going to approach an assault, you have the battle bus. You are ready to depart whenever you want to. Time's afoot.
Are you planning to get your device in it? Are you trying to get eaten? Are we trying to get the bus eaten? How?
Well, the device is within my slug, and so if I can use that to climb inside, if we can make some kind of tear, or I can try to get it inside the mouth. I would appreciate it if you could get me, if it's possible, once I have deposited the payload. I think that these are the options, but I am open to discussion.
I could fly up with you, either alongside you or literally with you in my arms. You're very small currently.
But, Madame, I may be less small when I am in the slug.
So,
I could make you smaller for a little bit, though. And then you could be bigger again. I can make you super big as well if you like, if that's helpful. But I think the point was you wanted to be smaller.
It may be if we can create a tear, and I am too big for it. Being smaller could be beneficial.
Sorry, I just think Ant-Man climbing inside Thanos' anus and supersizing.
That is the plan, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not an option here because I don't have an anus. But yeah.
What if we cut one?
I would say. I would say that if you are small and then go inside its mouth and are made large, its mouth is big enough that it wouldn't matter. Like, it's not going to suddenly, you're not going to be able to expand inside it and destroy it in that way because it is too big.
Yeah.
But if you can turn on your device inside your slug, which we'll get to at some point, I hope, then yes, that'll be something completely different. We'll come to it.
Does anybody have any thoughts, any last-minute abilities? Like you have been hiding under your bushels about how we are going to fuck up this Tarrasque?
Well, I've got this rather large piece of metal.
And Clint will grab from under one of the seats in the battle bus a 6-foot-long hunk of metal, which he dumps onto the seat in front of him.
I was thinking one day. Sorry. No, do carry on. I have some respect for you, unlike every other member of this party.
I will throw you off this bus, Eva. You're my best friend.
Shut the fuck up, okay?
No, you shut the fuck up.
Please, Clint. At least have some manners with it, yeah?
I'm gonna mage hand a giant egg, and again, this is like fluorescent purple, like hand just going shh in front of a liquid otter.
Good.
Just like
Exclamation mark over the head and a rump. I'm sulking.
I do apologize for interrupting you, see? All I was going to say is that is a wonderful piece of metal. Please continue. Tell us what you were going to say about it. But, if any of you would like to come over here and inspect my rod,
Please, finish that statement.
No, I think it's finished.
Is that it? Okay, yeah, that statement is now finished. Good.
I think it's best to cease there for the moment.
Right, good.
if you see under here, there's what I have called a baton.
And Clint will place a long clawed finger. And claws have not been cut in 20 years. They are rather long, a bit like that Guinness World Record lady. And place it into a little hole, push in, and you hear a quiet click. And suddenly this 6-foot-long rod of metal starts to pulsate, and pieces of it tessellate and click into place until it's about 8 feet long, humming aggressively, and you can see streaks of blue light passing up and down along it.
Is this your antimatter rifle?
This is what I'm calling Matilda. Oh, that's nice. Hi, Matilda. Yeah. How you doing today?
Well, I'm fine, I suppose.
How is Clint, who is, a small beaver, going to carry Matilda? I'm just checking.
Big boy, voice in my head. I'm more than capable of spending quite a bit of time with Matilda here.
Okay, as long as you can make it sort of work, I don't mind.
Would you like to see how it works? I would love to. I've just realized that Matilda hasn't met Nutmeg. I think they should be acquainted. Absolutely. Although I do need to, I just need to check. I think I can only take Nutmeg out a certain amount of times per day. So, maybe later they should get acquainted. They can spend some time
Nutmeg's
together.
not like a sentient elk, is it?
No, it's a cannon.
Great. Good. Because Tom looked very worried for a second.
It's just called Nutmeg for no reason at all.
Good.
Other Nutmeg's fine. Other Nutmeg's in the Feywild and is having a wonderful time.
You asked me about the cannon, Tom.
Oh no! Is it made of antlers? Good. Right.
It is a quite a deer-esque skull on top of Bandito's head. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, good.
He died the way he lived.
She died the way she lived.
Yeah.
Alone. Anyway, who's driving this bus? The Tarrasque is slowly starting to move past you now.
Oh, for God's... In the name of God, I'll drive. You look at your rods. I've only got one eye. And then sort of like dawdling along and then...
We should get on the bus, right?
We've been in the bus.
He's driving off. We should get on the bus.
I'm going to assume that you don't just drive off and leave people, that you all get on the bus as you drive off.
I thought we already were.
I thought we were inside when we were looking at the...
I thought we were on the Vista.
Where are you positioned inside the bus? So Liquid's driving, Clint's with Matilda.
Probably at the back. I'm probably just plopped onto what would have been... Do windows exist in the apocalypse?
Well, the sort of these Magitech cars that became a thing were often used to make something that was fast enough to get away from the Tarask. So they are a bit slapdash, but they are the initial idea is still the same as a regular car for us. So yeah, they'd be best.
Clint will place Matilda onto, I suppose, the balance point of Matilda onto the window at the back, such that half of Matilda is pointing out and half of Matilda is inside. Yeah, cool. Seems.
Where's everyone else?
I have an important question. Had we decided, is our approach attempting to be stealthy in any way, shape, or form?
I glance over my shoulders like, do you want me to drive slow or do you want me to drive fast?
How does one drive a bus stealthily? I'm asking for a friend.
Okay, no, that's fine. Well, it's just the difference between we're driving a bus and that's it, or we're driving the battle bus and Bandito is on the top with the drum kit and the flamethrowers.
I mean, I am not speaking for the party.
War drums
and flamethrowers and El Bandito Doof Warrior is something I'd quite like.
My, here comes the drums.
Now neon. So stealth is possibly a disadvantage.
You're also travelling over open terrain towards it, and it has blind sight for 120 feet.
Blind sight, but is it colourblind?
Is it colourblind? I'm going to Google that as well. Fine. Is it colourblind?
I'm learning so much today.
The colours wouldn't matter.
Questions I didn't think I'd get asked today.
That would actually be amazing if it turns out the spray paint does make perfect camouflage if you're colourblind. It's just...
Sorry.
What is that large oasis coming towards me at breakneck pace?
The Tarask has two small beady eyes is the first line that comes up in Google. I'm going to say that because it has blind sight, it doesn't technically see colour, because that colour is a function of light, which it wouldn't.
How sad for it.
I know. Well, there's a reason it's that angry. Everything is grey.
If we could put colour in its mind, it's like, oh, I've destroyed such beauty.
I don't understand beauty. Good, right.
Before
approaching in the battle bus, yes.
So before HRH El Bandito heads up to the battle drums, the professor says, Madame, if you could please deposit me in this lug just before you head up for your meeting. And then there's a wall of metal oddments and bits and very artificer-y looking stuff, all covered in a layer of slime. Most things in the bus do have a certain quantity of slime on them.
Sure.
For this is a place where a snail lives. Mm-hmm. And if it's not wet, it's that dry kind of like crinkly slime.
It's not making it better, is it?
No, I'm leaning into it.
Good.
It's like glittery dandruff everywhere.
Didn't make it better.
And so deposited, the professor is into this wall of oddments, and then they all start clicking together. A kind of goldfish bowly type apparatus clicks over, and in the slug, the SLUG, is the professor now, a tiny snail in a gigantic mech suit, operating it by applying mucus to various points.
It was so cool, and it got so rough really quickly. Okay.
He's a snail. All he can do is apply mucus. This is the source of all his science.
I need to narrate that I can't. Good. So, hang on, SLUG, what does that stand for?
I don't know.
Right. So it's not a tortured acronym, it just is exactly what it is. Great.
I hoped I'd be able to figure out an acronym, but I failed. Chat, help me.
There we go. Chat, yes. Tortured acronym. Make the most tortured acronym you can. Up there with hawks. Good. So you can...
Slug, go.
Super limpid.
Super limpid? It's really...
Limpid.
Super.
Oh, I heard limpid.
That's probably what I said. Unending.
It's not getting any better.
The only word I can think of is good.
My head did super limp unattractive guys, so it's not.
Super limitless uses, guys.
Super limp unattractive guy.
Super limp undergarments, but that's where my head was today.
Oh, limp undergarments. Yeah. That's a Tarask fight. Good. Where's the super limp, unattractive guy going, John?
So the professor will head to one of the weapon stations to just kind of. Is there like a little turret or something just to do observations?
Yeah. Most of the weapon station and turrets will either be in two sort of blisters on either side of it, so you can fire from either side. There's also weapons on top, as described in the stat block that you all have.
Yes.
Good. So yes, you can get into one of the weapon spots. That's fine. You getting into something that? What is the weapon spot? Is it just a harpoon gun, or is it one of the more elaborate ones?
I think just a harpoon gun.
Standard harpoon gun. Cool. Okay.
Cool. Good view.
You can fire the harpoons with a tether if you want to be tethered to the Tarrasque. It's entirely your decision, or you can fire them without a tether. So the option is there for both. Probably sort of rusty lever you sort of click on. Cool. Pickle, where are you?
I will be hanging out of the back right-hand window in attempt to get to the wrecking ball at the back.
Sure. Yep.
And as I do, I'm going to just pluck out one of my feathers still remaining, and my flail, not the incense one, the other one, will immediately start to get frosty and very cold. And I'm going to try and mount the wrecking ball with my two flails.
I have a visual of that.
Yes.
She had a shaved head for that video as well. Anyway, okay, good. Right. Pickles, Miley Cyrusing the wrecking ball at the back. Professor Mollusk is in the blister with the harpoon gun. Liquid's driving. Clint's hanging out the back. God damn it. And Tony, what are you up to?
I'm playing the drums.
You're playing the drums. You're getting on top. So do you want to describe the drum setup, the flamethrowers? Describe all of that. Go for your life.
Oh, it's your full rock band Glastonbury like spread. It's not. We're not talking like little like a couple of bongos. It's the whole kit and caboodle.
Band called? Was it Rush? The one with the humongous, massive drum set? They called Rush. That's right.
Sure. Yeah. And she is a tanuki, so it is too big for her. So...
Not a raccoon.
No, it's a tanuki.
This is very much news to Clint.
Is it?
Yes, very excited.
Well,
the first tanuki he's ever met.
Well, what joy for you. If you've not come across tanuki, they are basically raccoons, but they're the Japanese version. And don't
different genes.
It's fine.
But they look very similar. Historically, in Japanese folklore, there's the tanuki spirit. Loads of Japanese people have the statues outside their house, and they are horrific. So please go Google those.
And it's a lovely spirit of kindness. No, they're just awful. They're horrible. I hate them.
No, they have giant balls that reach the floor, and they're stood there going. This is what the tanuki are.
They have giant balls that reach the floor.
Yes.
It's on Animal Crossing. You can
Yes.
get a
This is
little...
the same creature as Tom Nook, yes.
There's a Studio Ghibli film where they use the balls to fly, and there's just a scene where they open up their testicle and just fly across. It's an experience.
Which Studio Ghibli film is this?
It's the film about Tanuki. I can look it up. Chat.
I'm
Back me
very
up.
upset to see that Tanuki Mario didn't go for the full authentic aesthetic.
Let's. Oh, right, good.
This is what I'm doing while I'm driving. It's terribly dangerous, but I'm like, hey, computer.
This truck doesn't have a computer. Anyway, so that's the setup as the gigantic battle bus is now driving full pelt. Is Her Royal Highness El Bandito playing like, do you sort of a build up, or are you just going
like
full pelt?
Oh no, it is like a rhythmic like boom 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 boom.
And do the flamethrowers go off whenever you hit the snares? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I think there's a separate like foot pedal for those.
Gotcha. Cool.
As well,
Okay.
so I can't do the bass drum and the. But
got 2
every
feet.
so often I'm just like.
You've got 2 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But she's short, right? So
Yeah.
the seat you can't like. She actually has to lean to hit the bass pedal and lean to hit the other one and the snare. Like, yeah.
The aesthetic is already just there. Cool.
The film is called Pompoko, and that's the sound that Tanuki makes when it drums on its chest.
Sorry, I thought I was going to be dropping on something else.
The chest.
Isn't Poco the one? Oh, never mind.
That's Poco Rosso. That's the one with the flying pig.
That's Pocoyo.
Nope, that's spirited away.
No, that's Hanyo.
We're staying on track.
Like this bus. You are driving full down this. It's almost like the ground, what's left of the ground has been ground down to fine silt by the Tarrasque. Like nothing has survived this, apart from this very visible statue. And where you and the Tarrasque will probably meet in this collision will probably be around that statue quite fortuitously. So there's that massive shining ass right there in case anyone wants it. So as you drive down towards it and as the Tarrasque moves forward, it does look over and notice you. Roll an intelligence check.
Hungrily?
It's its best stat. It's going to turn towards the bus approaching and just look. Like, it doesn't really have any context of what is going on here. It's more of a,
Hiya!
As you move towards it, it normally walks on its two hind legs, which are quite muscly and very T-Rexy, but it does have two quite large forelegs as well that it can walk on all four if it wants to. And it's going to plant its forelegs into the ground and lean forward and roar at this approaching bus. To it, the bus is about the size of Lego people. So it is very small compared to... It's just going to roar at it because there's flames, and it's like, what is this? Because I rolled an intelligence check of a 6. It's just roaring down at all of you. Can you all please make me a wisdom saving throw?
How far out are we?
Against being frightened.
It's against being frightened.
I believe everyone gets +3 on saves if you're within 10 foot of me.
And
Always.
And I also have a thing.
Nice.
Level 10 characters. Let's just go through all the things that you
you have
all
advantage. Everyone has advantage
Everyone
on
has
this.
advantage on that.
Advantage.
And I can't be frightened.
Benito can't be frightened, which is kind of fitting. And everyone gets to add a plus what?
3.
3.
That's 18 total.
18 total. Thank you.
A 9 as the driver. Scary.
Advantage.
Turning around.
I got
9.
I got 6 twice.
Oh my god.
I've got PTSD. You've got to be nice to me.
That's not how that works. Good, right.
No, but I've got a card.
Professor Mollusk?
Also for me, a 9.
Dear God. Pickle?
22.
Right. Here is what I'm...
Before this happens, can I flavour that as the Tarrasque turns and sees us, over the top of the battle bus, you just get in like big yellow, like it's like a freeze frame. We get big yellow writing that says Spangle Tits, and underneath in brackets it says, "We're coming to get ya."
Do you have a spell or magic item that lets you Borderlands this scene?
Yeah, I've got minor illusion.
Yeah, that's fine. Good, right.
Nice. Best use ever.
Cool. In which case, that has happened. 2 of you are canonically frightened. We'll come to how that affects things in a minute, because now we need to roll initiative.
Oh.
How far away are we?
120 feet.
Oh, great.
That is a...
Oh, that's closer than I thought we were.
19 plus 9, 28.
Oh, dear God. John, is that real?
Hang on, I got advantage because my helmet. It's 19.
Great.
Another 9.
9 for Liquid. Wow, okay. It's happening.
16.
Oh, will be.
16.
I should have stayed in my box.
14.
14
I should have stayed in my village.
Pickle.
That rabbit.
Yeah.
Sam, I didn't hear you. What did Clint get?
19 plus 9, 28.
Good Lord. Okay. In a shock to no one with an initiative roll of 28, Clint, what would you like to do? You're facing out the back of the bus with your gigantic cannon, and you can currently not see anything.
How far away are we?
120 feet.
120 feet?
Yeah.
Have I noticed that Wilby is frightened?
Interesting.
Is Wilby
question.
sweating?
You are on the other end of the bus from Liquid Otter, so I'm guessing you're 10, 15 feet away from each other. Liquid Otter / Wilby, how are you communicating this fear? It's up to you. Are you doing anything at all?
No.
Are you turning the bus around?
I might just close my eyes and drive at it.
Close your eye, right, to make it clear.
Yeah.
You close your eye, and you're just driving blind now. It's like, can't see it. If I can't see it, I'm not scared.
Yep, I trust Professor Mollusk. I don't know what the plan is. No one ever really explains anything to me, but... Yep.
Well, that's all horrifically disconcerting, but there we go. Clint, you have no idea anything's wrong because Liquid Otter / Wilby is just facing forward driving. That's all you know.
Okay, there's only one thing to do, and I think Clint is just about unhinged enough to do it. Cool. So what Clint's going to do is take Matilda, rotate by 180 degrees, and risk the shot past Wilby's head.
Well, it's been a pleasure playing with everyone. This is the end of the...
You're going to shoot through. Can you see it? Is there enough glass to see
how
it?
Far away? How far away is it? Sorry,
it's 120 feet away.
Yeah, that's fine. I can feel it in my fingers. I can feel it in my toes.
The Trask is all around us.
Not yet, it's not, but soon.
Okay, so you want to shoot through the entire bus, miss all your friends, and hit.
I'm going.
You can.
I'm going to ready an action.
Okay.
For if the bus turns at all. Okay. I'm not going to shoot past Wilby's head because I think if I hit Wilby would die. And that's less than ideal.
I mean, I could go get dinner.
Okay.
I'm beginning to think we might have a problem here.
I'm just going to cock a lever on the side as the gun starts to hum, and all of those pieces of metal sort of distance themselves from one another.
Don't use the word cock with that obviously phallic gun. Good.
And going to remove the biker jacket to reveal 4 fresh revolvers, which haven't been used in a little while.
Lovely stuff. Okay, so you've readied an action in case the bus turns.
Yes.
Cool. At the end of your turn, the Tarask will use its first legendary action and will start running towards the approaching bus and will move using half its speed. It's now 100 feet away. Cool. Professor Mollusk with a 19. Actually, nope, initiative count 20. The car. I'm assuming here that because your eyes are closed, you're not taking actions as the driver of the car right now. You're taking actions as Liquid Otter / Willoughby. Is that correct, Tom?
I've got my foot down on the accelerator and I'm just going forwards.
What's the car's speed?
Hope it's not 100 feet.
It's 100 feet.
It's 100 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when the plan comes together.
What a day, what a beautiful day.
Without looking, eyes closed, the battle bus speeds up, and you are now not quite impacting because of the turning, but you are now just about to impact each other as all of the next actions happen. I am so excited. Let's see. Do we want to be nice about this or do we want to be mean about it? I've got some choices to make. Does the battle bus have... It has some kind of if it runs into things, it does damage, doesn't it?
Crushing wheels?
It's got a chomper, hasn't it? It's got a chomper.
A chomper. She's got a chomper.
It's got a chomper. So there's a kind of... it's a cattle grid off a train on the front of it, which there's no trains in Furry either. It's just there that you can use to run straight into it. Do you want to, as a group, make this decision for the car, ram it?
I think we should go past it.
You can't turn because Wilby's not watching.
I think we should just keep on going.
If you yell,
we should go and see the car catcher.
I'll spin the wheel.
Hope for the best.
Wilby's at the wheel and is just powering it straight forward ahead. So if one of you could shout out to say Wilby turn, that's an option if you wanted to, or you're just going straight for it. It's up to you.
Or couldn't Wilby take the dash action?
No, the cars can't take dash action.
Cars can't take dash. Okay.
No.
Put that on t-shirt.
Wilby could. Wilby could get out the car and run another 30 feet.
Throw a grappling hook. And...
Wait. Liquid Otter, aka Wilby, you are driving towards the creature. I repeat, you are driving towards the creature. Please try and navigate away.
Is that not the plan? Are we not ramming it?
Turn sideways!
Tokyo Drift.
Are you Tokyo drifting the battle?
Yeah.
Fine. I will say, because rules be damned, I would quite like you to roll me a dexterity saving throw for the truck. Now, this isn't to see whether it falls on its side or anything like that. It's to see whether you Tokyo drift. Because if you do, you'll do a full 180 and Clint can shoot.
With +3.
+3, which is my dex. So
Perfect. You can just roll a dex save for you, then that's fine.
that's a 5.
You turn and you try and drift, and instead it's just a horrible, like, yeah, all of you are just, like, you're all gonna fall off this bus. You do a 90-degree turn, and you move, let's say, about 10, 20 feet away from it. So you're now away from it at an angle. You're only about 10, 20 feet away from it, and the cannon's not in the right position to shoot, Clint, I'm sorry.
I like to think that the wrecking ball's just going around like this, and I'm just holding on.
You're just like,
My flail's also going.
I'll open my eyes now. Now I don't think I'm looking at the dress.
and you just see that, like, because it's so big, you're now looking at parts of its, like, legs and undercarriage, and just, you're still frightened out of your mind.
I want to get... That's the thing, as frightened, you want to get away from it, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So that's not a terrible... Now I'm like, all right, okay, I'm going to do evasive round.
You're currently doing evasive around its sort of lower half and legs. That's absolutely fine. Sure. Why not?
Intentionally not looking. I was like, okay, it's here. I'll just look to the side. No, I'm not looking.
You've not had your turn yet, so there's no turn.
I'm also misreading half of my periphery vision, so I'm just like...
Let's make it
I
harder.
turn my
Yeah,
head,
it's
so
true.
I'm like...
Because that was the car's turn, not yours. We'll come to your turn later, but for now, that's where we're all at. So we're all very close now. Professor Mollis, it is now your turn.
I am afraid.
You are very afraid.
So you will all telepathically hear in your heads, oh, I've made this terrible fucking mistake. What the shit are we doing? This is ridiculous. I don't even know this fucking contraption will work. I just found it on the dump one day and then I became a psychic snail. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. What am I thinking? That's my turn.
Hang on. So just to confirm, you found a massive mech suit with a contraption.
I found a thing.
Oh, I see.
And then from that,
Sorry.
I became an
another
intelligent
superhero
psychic
origin
snail,
story.
and I built my suit
Around it.
from
I
junk
understand.
and slag.
I understand. Very good. Ooh, slag. Interesting. It's still your turn, even though you've just monologued nicely. Nothing's happened.
How big are its feet?
Its feet ginormous.
Ginormous. To make that the foot is the size of a ginormous creature.
The foot itself, it is gargantuan. Gargantuan is a certain size and up. I will say that if you need the foot to be a certain size, it's probably about 10 feet square.
I'm afraid, so I'm just going to cast mirror image on myself because I'm scared. So now there's like a little backing band of Professor Mollusks. And
there's a lot of weird... Hang on, does it mirror image the suit and you, or just you inside the suit?
So it's floating. There's 4 mech suits.
Okay, none of you can see anything. There's just mech suit illusion everywhere because it's so big. It's surrounded by mech suit illusions.
It's like we've got a full squad of Evas for my apocalyptic canon of choice, rather than a nervous Japanese boy. It's a snail.
Perfect. Yeah, that works really well. Okay, Professor Marks, that's your action. Bonus actions? Movement?
I'm just going to stay holding onto my cannon, freaking out.
Cool, fine by me. El Bandito.
So,
yes.
to clarify, are we under it now?
You're sort of off to the side of it. It's about 20 feet away from you, but that's 20 feet looming over you also. Like, it is filling your vision.
Okay, fine. I don't think I have anything clever to do right this second because it's just that. So I'm going to get out my grenade launcher.
Sure.
I don't have anything clever to do. I'm going to get my grenade launcher.
So you're
out.
sat on a massive drum kit with flamethrowers ready. You just go chunk chunk and pull out a grenade launcher.
Yeah, it's my arcane firearm. So actually, it's a little wand that, as I touch it, it kind of like it grows and just like sits on my shoulder.
Cool. Awesome. Love it. Great.
It also, no one can see it because no one's on the roof with me, but it has like in like 80s spiky writing. It's got Star Trail written across it.
Are you just naming it after all my mounts?
Have you made a character that just negs on Tom's characters, all of Tom's characters?
Wow.
I have story and plot-based reasons for this, but
How the turns have tabled.
I love lore. Oh, Tom, you fool.
Check the wiki after the show, folks. There's going to be loads of stuff. Good, right, okay.
And I think right. How many charges on this thing do I have?
How many charges on this thing do I have? It's not a nice thing to hear from a DM perspective. Go on.
I am gonna. What one's this one? It's only 7. I thought I had 10 charges.
This is in character as well. How many charges do I have?
How many do I have in this thing? I'm trying to figure it out. Shh! Don't rush me! Don't rush me!
As you
Okay.
just buzz with, careens past. Sure.
Don't rush me!
I'm just gonna use my my wand of acid explosions.
Yep.
To
Now, careful with the wording on that. Acid explosions, not ass explosions, which is what that sounded.
Oh no!
But it was our first idea.
Explosions.
Okay.
Once we get in the
What
mouth.
I said.
Right. Don't know how you hold it.
Carefully, and I'm just gonna cast a big acid ball at 3rd level.
Cool. What do I need to do?
I think it's a dexterity saving throw.
Grand. And it's against magic, yes?
It's a 15.
Sorry?
It's a 15.
The DC. No, I meant it's against magic, because I have advantage on saving throws against magic because Taras.
Sure.
That is a 13.
It fails. Cool. So it takes 8d6.
8d6. Go for it.
Kablam!
So to do this, so she's got a haversack over her hip, and she reaches in and she pulls out it like reaches in and just kind of buttocks around in it, and then brings out some balled up tinfoil and paper and kind of like loads it into the grenade launcher.
Sure.
And then it just goes and like acid splashes out. That's 26 acid damage.
Nice. It impacts on the side of the screaming head that is still there, still shrieking, and it just it broadsides it across the entirety of its face, and the acid starts to pit its skin slightly, but also you can see that this strange carapace that almost goes entirely over it, including the back of its neck and head, does seem to sort of glint, and it's got some resistances to magic. Magic doesn't bother it that much. But yes, acid splashes over its face and it roars again. Less scary now, more sort of anger and fury.
And then as a bonus action, oh wait, is it an action to get the cannon out? Shit. Sorry.
Yeah, classic
Sorry.
artificer stuff.
No, that's an action. God damn it! It's fine. I can wait. I can wait till next turn.
Cool.
It's fine. That's my turn. That's my turn.
All right. Okay, as a legendary action at the end of your turn, checking the range on all of its attacks, because some of them have range, some of them don't, and you are now 20 feet away as established. The only attack I can use is its tail, which is what I will do. What is the bus's AC?
21, I believe.
21?
Because it's the AC plus something.
Yes? Plus what?
Oh, no, excuse me. It's 19. 19.
19. I will give you this for free, my friends. My plus to hit with the tail is a plus 19. So I'm really just rolling to see if I get a crit.
Yep.
I did not. As it gets hit in the head by this ball of acid, it will turn, and this massive tail just goes flying out and impacts the side of the bus with an ear-deafening smash as you were just going one way, and now you're going the other way. Someone roll for the bus. I don't mind who. Pick one, though. Don't all roll at once.
Go on, Tom.
No, I've been getting terrible.
Someone who rolls well.
I need a strength saving throw from the bus. It has a strength score, so we can use that.
Yes.
And then you can add on the plus 3
4.
from Pickle as well.
Because the bus is my ally.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, I assume... Sorry.
These are friends.
Is the bus your ally and friend, Pickle? It's very important to check.
Totes. Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
Should Pickle therefore roll and
Yes.
add the plus 7 to it?
Interesting question. Oh. Sorry, I rolled really good damage. What you got? Who's rolled it? It's on
it's
rolling.
Pickle rolling it.
I'll roll
Okay.
it and then we'll die.
Oh, that's fine. That was a 17 plus 7, 24.
Cool.
How much
bus
damage
is-
have you done?
I've done 30 points of damage to the
So
bus.
we also have to roll on the mishap table.
We do. We'll get to that in a second. So the bus is not knocked prone. It is whacked by this tail that passes over. And I think, Tony, this is a point where you go bang and suddenly bang the whole bus. And this gigantic scaled tail just passes over the top of the bus. Probably catches some of the drum kit. There's a sort of faint as it goes. And it's going to then roll over the top of you. It's now spinning around. You can now see very clearly that it doesn't have an anus.
Spinning? Or it spinned?
It span round to hit you.
Oh, we didn't spin. Okay.
You didn't spin. No.
Sorry, I was just hoping for the
No,
the
it's
ready to
not
action.
facing the wrong way. Hey, can still do loads of other legendary actions. We'll see what happens, yeah? Anyway, it spun around and tail attacked you, and it did 30 points of damage. So let's have a roll on the table, because you did enough damage to hit the threshold to see if something awful happens to the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to roll that? Sam, you rolled the last one. You rolled this one as well.
Okay, that's on a D20, right? That is an
Yes, it is.
8.
I think that fails.
I think an 8.
I've got
it up. An 8 is clear. 7 and 8 are clear. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 6. 7, 8 and clear.
In which case, the bus does not suffer some kind of awful mechanical mishap, and you are fine. I mean, it's taken 30 points of damage, so, you know, but otherwise, you are fine.
Well done, Spangle Tits. We all believe in you.
Spangle Tits has a lot of hit points. Wow. Well, I've started. Good. Right.
Does she?
200. Yeah, you're fine. Good. Right. That is the legendary action. Pickle on the wrecking ball.
Yeah, as the tail is sort of smashing into us and moving away, would you say it would be within 15 foot? Because that's the range of the wrecking ball.
I would say that it's within 15 foot, and that you could, because you have wings, be cleverly swinging it so you can impact it. Well, it's not behind the bus, so you can't shoot it. Although, Sam, with the gun, are you sort of able to like pick it up and point it at weird angles?
Yeah, I've got a strength score of 12. I can lift a what is that? That's like you can lift roughly 12 stone or something, and this is a light piece of metal.
8 foot of metal. All right, Sam, I'll be kind. Roll a strength saving throw, and we'll see if you can lift the angle up enough to get the shot off.
That is a 6 plus 5, 11. That's
Plus 3.
just checking. That's a plus 3. That 14.
Okay, I'll allow it. I think that's fair. There was enough help from the party, and the roll was okay. So yeah, why not? Up you go.
Hooray!
At the same time, the wrecking ball will swing around and will impact the tail as it swings past. So please make your attack roll. That's perfectly fine.
Cool.
Sorry, Miss First.
Just before I do, I, as a bonus action, will use my command word on my fucked up boy. And my command word...
Sorry, I thought that was a euphemism for Wilby for it.
Yeah, no, that's...
God, that joke's never going to get old.
And now, like, the yellow thing appears above me. Liquid water. Fucked up boy.
Oh, the command word is ahoy. And it is going... it's going to stop billowing with this smoke. But that's by the by. I'm going to roll twice. Can I use my extra attack with the wrecking ball?
I will say that if you're not using your flails to attack, you can effectively be controlling the wrecking ball to make the attacks. That's fine by me. Sure.
Cool. All right.
Why not? Why not?
First roll, 8 plus 9, 17. No.
You impact it, but nothing happens.
Okay. And again. 5 plus 9 is 14.
There's a faint sort of like Big Ben bells, but that's it. As the wrecking ball swings back down again, no impact. Like you hit it, but no damage at all.
I really think we should go home. I've tried my best.
This is our home.
All right.
Maybe just hitting it isn't the best plan.
Maybe we have to say, hello, would you mind leaving, please?
No. It's immune to being charmed.
Uncharmingly.
Oi, fuck off. Clint.
Bugger off.
So that's a natural 20 plus 14 for 34. And the second roll is an 11 plus 14 for 24.
Okay.
Is that right?
11 plus 14 is 24.
11 plus... No, it's 25.
In which case, that is its AC. So...
You could eat it.
The first shot, which is a nat 20, I think you fire up. I think you just punch a hole through the bit of it, part of the tail. Like you just Like, literally punch a hole through part of its tail with the first shot with your antimatter rifle. Let's have the damage on that, please, with a natural 20.
Yes, so
all the rest.
12 plus 8. 12d8 plus 8.
Yep.
That is, I'm not going to roll it with real dice because I don't have enough.
Thank you. It also is much longer if you do.
53 plus 8, which equates to 61 points of damage. The second is... 46. So 61 plus 46, which is 107.
Yep.
Points of damage.
You fire off Matilda twice. The first one does a proper punch through, like a hole punch through part of its tail, and it does screech. It doesn't bleed, weirdly. Like there's a sort of weird, almost sappy ichor, but it doesn't splatter like blood. It sort of, and you can see it's starting to knit this. It's already where you shot. It's starting to knit itself back together.
Just to Matilda. Damn, baby, you're getting hot. So puts it down, so to try to wipe off his hands, and then reaches into a pouch on the back of the bandolier to remove a jar, an opaque jar, which as it opens, you see there's 4 very, very old pickles sitting in vinegar. As he dips his hand in the pickle juice and begins to drop it over this piece of metal, which hisses.
You're cooling the gun down with pickle juice.
He recaps it and places it back into the bandolier.
Now we have to be clear.
Picks back up again.
We now have a compatriot who is called Pickle. We need to make a clear distinction.
Oh, the ones in the jar surely are smiling.
I was going to say, this is my actual nightmare.
Yeah, otherwise pickle juice has horrible connotations. Good, right.
Pickle juice will make you do things.
Hey, Tom. Hey. They're really getting you, aren't they? Good, right. Cool, that happens. That all happens. That is fine. From above, the shrieking sounds of the infesta that have joined with the Tarrasque get louder as a flock of... They're somewhat bird-like, but they also have some lizard-like qualities as well, start dive-bombing down onto Spangle Tits and are going to start trying to attack and break it down. There are 10 of them. I am going to see what happens one by one to make decisions about what they do after that point. So the first one's going to fly down and is just going to breathe out, and they absorb some of the damaging abilities of it and are now breathing out this strange desiccating breath that's going to wash over the entire battle bus. Now, the back is not airtight because there's a gun sticking out of it, and the people on top and hanging off the back are going to be making saving throws as well. People inside, you can make saving throws on this with advantage, as you are somewhat protected from the effects of this desiccating breath, as the first one flies in and just breathes out as it passes over the top. Everyone make me a con saving throw. Those inside the bus, so Professor Mollusk and Liglotto with advantage, please.
And +3 to the roll.
And +3 to the roll for everybody. That's a shit roll from me. Oh well.
Con. That's a
21.
Nice.
6 plus 6. But I think I can re-roll it.
Is that a 6, John?
26.
No.
Oh, thank God. With advantage, a 6 is awful.
17.
And a +3.
Cool.
I'm going to use Indomitable, because otherwise I'm going to die. Okay, that's lower. That's a 3 plus 6. That's 9.
I'm going to give you...
Plus 3, that's 12. Plus Mollusk?
I'm going to give you a flash
don't waste
of
it. Don't waste it. These things are very low level.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Save it. Nice DM. Save it. Says the DM putting a Tarrasque in front of you. Good. Right. Everyone got over an 11, right?
Yes.
Thought so. Cool. You all take 7 points of damage and you are not weakened by this sapping greyish breath that washes over parts of the bush. Good. That's the first one.
Bush.
Bush.
The bush.
Out the bush. The second two are going to dive bomb in, going specifically for people on and around, so people who are more visible, which is Tony and Pickle. So,
Hey, friends.
Pickle, does a 19 hit you?
No, because I get +2 to my AC because of half cover from the wrecking ball. So no, it does not hit me.
Great. So this strange winged, almost pterodactyl style creature, but with feathers, a bit like yourself. It's sort of a weird amalgam.
But not plucked.
Is going to fly in and start sort of like an angry bird, and it's just, you're just get off, and it's just there. It's going to stay there. Tony, one is going to dive bomb towards you for 12 to hit.
No.
I will say. Way. As it flies down towards you, it's going to slightly veer off course and just doosh, impact the top of the bus. No damage, it's just there going, It's not slightly on the side.
How dare you try to attack us?
I don't have language. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are going to dive bomb and try and attack the bus itself. What is the bus? It's 19, isn't it?
Yes.
1. Boom, bounces off it, nothing. Another one bounces off it, nothing. Another one bounces, they're just bouncing off like hailstones, not really doing anything. Aha! But the 4th one rolls a 23. So it's going to fly down. It's just going to start tearing off bits of metal. It's doing one of those sort of like imp tears from any video game where it just lands on top and just it starts pulling and tearing bits off. The bus takes... Come on, D&D Beyond. There you go. 7 points of piercing damage and 3 points of necrotic damage. Is it resistant or immune to necrotic? I don't think it is it? No. So it's just, there's one on it, just tearing away.
Like that Treehouse of Horror episode with the tiny little imp.
Yeah, like that Treehouse of Horror episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other 3 are also going to try and use their breath weapons because they're immune to it. They've got immunity to necrotic, so they're also just going to be flying around, just flying down all of these breath weapons. So 3 more con saves, same as before. Advantage for those inside. It's only if you don't.
3.
And add your 3. It's only if you don't break an 11 that it does full damage. So
let me know if you get low.
That's all clear.
Yep.
Good each time.
Everyone passed?
Good. Yeah.
There's three rolls, so if you passed all 3. Good. And you all take 9 from the first.
Oh, God.
This is quite rough.
5 from the second. And 8 from the third.
Oh, crikey.
I really do think we should just go home.
We don't have a home. The bus is home.
Should we just turn around? Yeah.
I agree, it is a terrible plan. Let us run.
Turn around.
Bangle tits.
Every now and then you turn around.
Okay, the Tarrasque can take 3 legendary actions, choosing the options below. Only one action can be used at a time. Yeah, so I can't use any of those. I can't use the other legendary action because I've already used the other 2, so it can't. Liquid Otter, it is your turn.
I also realised I had advantage against being frightened. But, so
Do you want
technically, I'm a
roll it
halfling
now again and see if you're not frightened for the start of your turn. I think that's only fair.
Yeah. So what was it? It's a
wisdom save. And you get advantage times bajillion. Everyone remind Tom what he gets. Advantage on wisdom saves plus 3.
3.
Yep.
Okay, so first one's a dirty 20.
You're fine.
So,
Hey.
We all shuffle.
I think at the start of your turn, you steel your nerves and you are no longer frightened of the Tarrasque. I will say, because it's your turn, the bus takes its own turn.
yeah, I can't.
You are welcome to do things, so like if you want to pull out your gun and start shooting, or if you want to like leave the bus to run on autopilot and go and do stuff, you're welcome to, or you can stay in the driver's seat. You have full control, whatever you want to do.
I don't think it's probably a good idea to leave it at the moment. Also, like, it's got autopilot. Why exactly am I here?
Well, because it would have done a straight line directly into the Tarrasque mouth. It would have gone,
yeah.
That would have been the end of the story.
No, but then we would have detonated the explosion, and that would have been...
Maybe you should have done that.
The end of the story.
We panicked. It was scary.
That's the point. Good.
Okay.
Liquid Otter.
If I fire a gun, am I breaking the windscreen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea, considering that's kind of... Well, we've got the... Okay, so C had fired it through the back window, so that
Yeah.
It didn't do the thing where it fired it past me. That didn't happen.
No, it did not.
Thank goodness. Can I just... I'll ready an attack. If anything gets in, I will...
Anything gets in?
Anything gets in, I will shoot it.
Actually, I will say above you can start to see bits of one of these strange flying pterodactyl things as it starts tearing bits off the roof and goes... You can shoot up.
I pull a lever, push the chair back, fire, roll it back up again.
Awesome. Give me an attack roll. You can see it has half cover, technically, but it also has a very low AC, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay, first is a 12.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
No, that does not.
I've got a second attack, so
yes, you do. And it's
twice.
a repeating pistol, so you can.
Yeah.
It is Solid Snake's silence pistol. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it is.
Okay, 17 to hit.
Yes, that does hit.
2d6 plus 3.
Yep.
Is 14.
Boom! It's just on the top looking at it. It goes flying off and away. One down.
So chair goes back, chair goes into turn.
Gorgeous. Love it. Right. Good. It is now the Tarask's turn.
I'd really rather it wasn't. Okay.
What if it just wants a little nap?
Can it just have lie down because it's hurt?
Okay. It's used its frightful presence, and only one of you is scared of it. But it can't. If you save up, it doesn't. It's not going to do it. It gets 5 attacks.
No, it doesn't. Chris, it just
with
gets
its
one.
Bite, 2 with its claws,
news.
one with its horn, and 1 with its tail. It can use a swallow instead of its bite. Interesting, but it can't use it as well as its bite, which means it'll take 2 rounds to devour the bus.
Don't eat the bus!
Okay. Here's what it's going to do. It's going to reach down first and try and claw the bus. Again, it's plus 19 to hit, so it's going to hit.
Yeah.
I'll roll it to see if it's a crit. It is not. It only just hits. The bus takes 24 points of damage as it reaches down with its claw and swipes. This doesn't grab it. It just reaches forward and the whole bus is torn and ripped. I'd say half of the side of the bus, the side that no one is on, is just torn off and away. The bit that said Spangled Tits is gone.
Spangled Tits, no!
Okay, we didn't need that bit anyway. She knows who she is.
Lovely stuff. Is that enough for a rolling to see if it has a mishap?
That was 24. Anything above
mishap.
Anything above 20 is a mishap. Anything above 10 is damage.
Is that every time it hits or on a round?
The War Machine takes an amount of damage from a single attack or effect equal to or greater than its mishap threshold.
In which case, roll me a mishap. Roll me a mishap now, because that first one is enough to tear off half of it.
One thing, that means the 7 and the 4 didn't do damage because it wasn't above the threshold. That's an 11 for mishap.
What does that mean on the table? You've got the table.
Damaged wheel. The vehicle speed is reduced by 15 feet. The vehicle has disadvantage on dexterity checks and saving throws until a repair is made.
I mean, scans. Half of the side has been torn off, and one of the wheels just gets punctured in the violence. Okay, good.
It's 11.
That's the first claw attack.
This bus is going to die this turn.
The second claw attack is a nat 1, and I do rule that nat 1s auto miss. So the first claw attack swipes off the side, and the second tries to claw at the top of it where Tony is and just glances off. The speed at which you are going means that it just manages to miss on you. There's an
It didn't want to strike a princess.
Terribly rude.
If you say so. It will then lean down and shove forward with its horns and try and lift the bus up on its horns. Again, this is an auto hit, and that's a roll 1, which I didn't. That is 25 points of damage. Have another mishap roll, please.
That is a 12, which is damaged wheel again. So that's minus 30 foot of travel speed.
Okay, keep a record of it. Another wheel.
How are you ruling disadvantage? Does it stack or is it just disadvantage?
Disadvantage never stacks. So the bus is hit on the side by the horns, and I think the whole thing sort of creaks as it almost breaks in half by this immense strike. And this entire gigantic head and mouth, which is almost as big as the bus, is now across all of you. There's probably screaming from some of you. It's up to you.
Yeah. That's all you're getting. Yeah. The pickles in the bag are wailing. They are no longer smiling.
Screaming pickles.
At which point it will bite down on the bus. One gigantic straight down. Again, it's a semi-guaranteed hit. Yeah, it hits. And does the most damage, 37. Crunch.
That's a 17 on the mishap table. Armor failure. The vehicle's AC is reduced by 2.
Insult to injury, really, isn't it, at this point?
So, how much damage was that? 36? 37.
How's Sparkletits looking?
She's been better.
Yeah, I've got about 106 in damage so far.
That's 115 minus 30. Sorry. So that's, by my calculation, we're on 80 something, but that may be wrong.
As long as you have a general idea, because that's all it needs. The bus is grappled. It just is. If the target's creature, it is grappled. And the bus is restrained, so it can't move. And the Tarrasque lifts you and the bus, screaming into the air, all of you just flying up with this thing.
I'm wearing a seatbelt.
Wilby taps the sign above the
Can't click on every trip.
That's what we're going to break. It was...
I've spent my life studying the enigma of dragonkind. What drives them, where to find them, the power they command. I've watched them build and topple whole societies. And I've seen the truth behind their treacherous words. They can be cold and callous. Some are outright savage, while others are more calculated in their ruinous pursuits. No matter their motivations, whatever fuels their primal rage, it is my responsibility to protect the citizens of Faerun from these dragons. Tell me, Dragon Slayer, will you join us?
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We are also supported by Warriors of Waterdeep. Take your team of warriors on a quest spanning the Forgotten Realms, all on your mobile. Power up your teams with items, work with your guild to defeat hordes of enemies, and test your mettle in the arena. And to make all of that work, you need gems! As we frequently say, the hunt for gems is real. Pop !WOW gems into chat for a link to collect free gems and get yourself that nice sword you've been looking at, or revive your heroes against a deadly foe. Download link !Warriors of Waterdeep in chat.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including Hex Chest dice boxes, Spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and Scroll and Codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
And welcome back, everybody. So, it's a thing. The party are currently fighting a Tarrasque, and their battle bus is currently in the Tarrasque's mouth, and it has raised it high above the ground. Massive fall damage if you fall out. Hashtag just saying. So you are currently in its mouth. It is lifting you up into the air. There's probably a sort of series of Wilhelms as it goes up. That was the end of the Tarrasque's turn as it bit you and held you high in the sky, the bus currently in its massive jaws. Clint, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'd like to live, please.
Okay.
Here's a
Roll
question.
to live.
That's a live rule. That's an anti-ass clapping rule. If I were to use a gunslinger special attack, does that count as an attack, or does that count as something? So if I did that, can I take a second attack on the same turn?
Yeah, you have 2 attacks, so you can apply gunslinger stuff to any of those.
Only because I know sometimes some of these funky class features count as separate actions.
I will not claim to have perfect knowledge of the Exandria Matt Mercer character classes, so go for it.
As Matt Mercer myself, okay, brilliant. I'm going to go for 2 back-to-back winging shots, hopefully, but I don't think this is going to work.
From inside its mouth. Cool.
Winning shots, yeah. We'll see what happens. But first of all, as a bonus action, I'm going to activate my animated shield to fill in the gap in the window sort of around the gun. This is just literally pieces of aluminium which are unfolding themselves on the outside. Can't see anything other than a tiny little slit in the middle. On the outside, it's just like beans scrawled in blood.
So just to clarify, currently the bus in and of itself, half the side got ripped off, never mind. There is space to get in and out if you want to, that's fine. Cool.
So good. So that is another natural 20 plus 14, is it? That's 34, and the second is a 12 plus 14, which is 26.
Both hit. You fire Matilda twice inside the Tarrasque's mouth. I mean, it's hard to miss at this point, I will say.
I'm going to need 2 strength saves back to back.
Oh, intriguing.
So I'm going to use 2 grit points here and hope for the best.
The first strength save is a 20.
Okay, that's clear.
The second strength save is a 23.
They're both clear. That's fine. We will just.
Sorry, it's a plus 10 on the saving throw there.
I am aware, but Clint is not. So that is. I hate the sound effect of these blood dice. That's a 31, followed by...
Change the dice, then.
You can turn the sound off.
31 and 41, 72 total.
72 total. Bang, bang.
As the gun kind of catches fire and the pickle jar is removed, and this time rather than flicked on is poured on. One of the pickles kind of falls out, gets stuck in the mechanism, and eventually passes through the other side, a little bit crunched, but smiling nonetheless.
I know we've got Borderlands, one of our reference points here, and in the third one they do have guns that you fire until they set themselves on fire and you have to put them out. So I'm envisaging similar. That's fine. Cool. 2 massive shots. As inside its mouth, you just blast away. You probably shoot out of one of its cheeks with a massive firing out of one side of it, and the other one fires because it's a nat 20. I think probably fires up and in a little bit.
Oh god, it was nat 20, wasn't it? Sorry, that's another 68. Apologies.
So many bloody noises for you, Clint.
This is so horrible. It's just like a cat.
Who's doing
the So 72 plus 31, so that's 103 damage total.
Yeah. I mean, you are doing significant damage to the Tarrasque. I'm not going to lie, it's very impressive. And with these 2 shots, it does howl in pain. I'm going to rule it has an ability, if you do damage to it based on whether you're swallowed, whether it regurgitates you or not. I will say that if you are held in its mouth, you do damage, it can also gets another check to see if it stays in the mouth. So, can the bus please make me an athletics check?
Puts on his sweatbands. Yeah. He's ready to go.
Who's rolling for the bus? Who's rolling?
Montage begins.
I don't want to run out of my rolling luck that I'm having at the minute, so I abstain.
Who would like to roll for the bus?
Come on, Tom.
Go on.
What am I rolling? D20.
It's a D20. What's the bus's strength modifier, someone?
0.
Oh, no, it must have a strength score.
+4.
+4, sorry. Dex is 0.
Plus another 3, so +7. Because Pickle's there.
Oh, well, that's only a 25.
Can I?
Ooh.
Does it work?
It works.
Oh, good.
Cool.
The bus falls from the mouth.
Don't tell me buses take full
Extraction!
How
We need to
high
go!
up are we?
If we are considering the bus a valued companion, having been someone who'd made it, can I feather fall it?
I was going to say, I've also got Featherfall. I was just looking at that.
Interesting.
I am gorgeously intrigued. You know what? I'm going to rule that you can. I have no idea if that's canon. I don't care. So yes, as the bus falls, how do you make it feather fall? Because you're both artificers, and if you both want to cast it, that's fine. Or if one of you does and you're both helping, that's fine too. But how does the bus feather fall?
And could we all feather fall with it? Because otherwise we will be dropping. And the bus will gently float.
Hand wave, lift, the whole falling in a lift thing. Don't worry about it. So go on. How does the bus feather fall using artificer skills?
Oh, I think it's there's an emergency button, right?
I think it's time for the emergency button.
It is time.
It's a fulcrum.
Emergency button.
Or maybe it's a ripcord. Maybe it's a ripcord on the top deck because I'm there. And what do you think, Professor Moller? Do we get like a giant parachute that says parachute on it?
in big yellow above.
Yeah.
Parachute. Again, your minor illusion just pops in for no reason.
Parachute. We fly now.
That thing.
Surprise,
that
bitches, we fly now.
Perfect.
Good fly. Yeah.
The bus does fall out of the mouth and gently float down to ground level, and the bus takes no fall damage. You are fine. The bus is on. It looks awful, but the bus is in front of the Tarrasque and fine. Well done, everybody. Good stuff.
Do you want me, just for admin purposes, do you want me to have taken that, John, because it's a spell slot?
Have you got any taste? I don't have many reactions, so I'm quite happy to do that.
Oh, if you're all right, because I've got other stuff I can do with reactions.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'll do that.
Hand wave, it's fine. Cool. In which case, the bus falls directly in front of the Tarrasque, who's looking a bit peeved. And do I want to add insult to injury? I think it's more fun if I don't. It has an intelligence score of 3, and I'd like to play that fairly. It is still reeling from the hurt, and it doesn't take a legendary action at the end of the turn, which means it is now the bus's turn. Liquid, you're still driving the bus. What would you like to do? It's currently right in front of its mouth area.
I still don't know what the plan is.
Shut up.
Right, that's... Hello,
We're going in or on top.
What's the... Mollusk, what's the plan?
Get inside the Tarrasque.
Okay.
Fuck it up.
So vague.
Okay. We're going into the mouth? Then why did we not just get swallowed?
Because they would have chomped us and that would have broken things. You want to go in when the mouth is open, not when the teeth are preventing entry.
Plus, we got to use that smashing parachute.
Exactly.
That was glorious. That really was.
Right, okay. Evasive maneuvers, and then when the mouth opens, we're going in. Everyone make peace with your gods. Here we go.
Come on, Helm.
So, what is evasive maneuvers?
That's an excellent question.
Are you doing a figure of 8?
Yes.
Run the legs.
I think I'm going to keep trying to avoid it until I see the mouth open, and then...
Now, this vehicle doesn't have it, but I'm going to use an ability from a different vehicle, which is a motorbike usually, but I like this ability. I think I'll allow this. Can you make a dexterity check using the bus's dexterity, please?
Okay, I'll roll d20. What's the plus?
What's the dexterity on the bus?
Dexterity on the bus, 0.
0. Flat roll.
17.
You're fine. You start doing mad juking around its legs, moving around, the bus is doing some maneuvers. It lists lazily to the left at one point. As it moves around, the Tarrasque sort of trying to deal with the situation. All of the small pterodactyl creatures on the top are just getting thrown around. All of you are holding on for dear life as Liquid does some maneuvers, and I'm going to say this gives you advantage. Or it gives it disadvantage depending on the necessary requirement of the roll or action that takes place. I think that's fair. Cool. The bus is doing some maneuvers. Professor?
I meant to ask at the end of my last turn, and I was so terrified I forgot. Do I roll to
at the end
check?
of your turn? Yeah.
So should I have rolled at the end of the last turn?
You should have rolled at the end of your last turn. Yes.
I never did.
Then please do roll now. That's fine. Much like will be Liquid Otter. I think the eye patch is on the other eye, so naked Otter right now. But
that's a big Otter. Actually,
no one else has noticed that will be switched out for another Otter.
It's advantage because of Tony, and it is +3 because of Pickle. Yes.
I know. I don't know how I managed to fail that last time.
You rolled really low. Both of you rolled really low.
I did, yeah, we both on 9s, weren't we? That's an 18 before any Pickle help.
You are totally fine. Yes, you are no longer frightened of it. I think this whole experience has toughened you a little of being smashed around and lifted and dropped.
So the professor who's been in their shell the whole time will come out. Not so bad.
Hang on. You have a shell inside the suit, which is basically a giant shell?
I'm a snail.
Okay.
I have my personal shell, and then I have my mechanical shell.
Very much double bagging, yeah. Go on. Like a shopping trip. Don't look at me like that.
How big is the Tarask's mouth?
Interesting. I would say it probably has a bite of about 20 foot across.
Handy. I am going to hold an action.
Interesting.
No, I can't because I just used. Oh, I would get a new reaction at the end of this turn.
You get a new reaction at the end of this turn, technically. So, in other words, you get your reactions at the start of your turn. So you have a new reaction now, so you can hold an action. That's fine.
So I am going to anticipate. Our plan is to get back in the Tarask's mouth.
Sure.
I have a magic item that makes quite a big thing appear. If we get in the Tarask's mouth, I want to pop it to try and jam its mouth for a bit.
Fascinating.
I know it won't last forever, but I feel like maybe we could use this to stick in the mouth.
So you are currently holding what? What is the item? What does it look like?
It is so it's a little bit of the armor pops out. It's just a little silvery cube.
Are you inside the bus? If you trigger this inside the bus, it's going to tear through the bus as well.
I'll get on the top of the bus.
Okay, so you, like, mechanically, humongous battle mech suit climb on top of the bus. The whole bus bends down slowly.
Welcome to the fun part.
Hello, my shit. I will touch another part of the suit, and it will just start exuding more mucus. And I'll give myself 10 temporary hit points as my armorer thing.
So your shield is mucus.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's a thing. We're just going to say it's a thing. I'm fine with that. Cool. At which point, at the end of your turn, I will have the Tarask attack you. Doesn't need to move. I could use a claw attack or a tail attack, or I could just bite you. I am sorely tempted to try and attack the bus again. Or I could go for one of the tasty morsels on top of the bus. Intelligence of 3.
Quite small though. Would require very dexterous.
It does eat literally everything. So I think intelligence 3 is going to go for the bus again. So it's going to go down and bite. Good point. It's just going to go down and try and bite the bus again. Now, it's still a +19 to hit, and you have got damaged armor, so it is almost guaranteed to hit. It is a disadvantage, and as you know, 1s mean it misses for me. So let us see. It comes down with a massive bite, but it misjudges and bites into the ground, and the bus is still moving out of its bike as it snaps shut.
Ride! Let's go! Let's go, furries!
Liquid, not bad.
I think that's the nicest thing I've heard in about a week.
I want to be very clear here. I am rolling. I want all the rolls to be seen as they're on Beyond if you want to track them. I am rolling fairly because all those ones have been actual ones. I am somewhat annoyed. Good. Royal Highness El Bandito, it is your turn. I'm going to say its head because it bit down is quite close to the ground now.
Okay. Temporary hit points do not stack?
Do not stack. They simply replace.
That's a shame. That is a shame. And how many temporary hit points did you get, Professor Mollusk?
10.
Okay. I might have to. How's everyone else looking?
Golly, fantastic. Thank you.
Bit battered.
Are we looking okay at the moment?
I've never felt better, baby.
Nah, everyone's quite badly hurt.
He says with blood pouring from his nostrils.
Very British problems.
His hand jammed into.
Nah, everyone's really badly hurt, but no one's going to say it.
Fine. Okay, El Bandito is going to start she pulls out the multi-purpose tool and starts cranking in midair. There's nothing there, but as she cranks, suddenly this cannon appears, and it looks like a classic cannon.
Oh.
But it's like gunmetal silver. It has two legs that are like baby doll legs, though. And then it's also wearing like a Christmas reindeer headband, but it's like deer antlers rather than reindeer antlers, like just a furry headband.
And it's called Nutmeg, right?
It says Nutmeg down the side in that same kind of slashed 80s spiky writing.
How realistic those antlers looking?
Oh no, there's definitely furry antlers.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. No, the real ones are on my head. We've discussed this.
Tom's face right now is glorious.
I legitimately love that, dear.
Well, now Nat's wearing her as a hat.
And she left you back. She was waiting so long. So long.
I'm literally taking psychic damage.
Not even this character.
No. In an alternate realm, Pip has just collapsed. And Ogden's like, "Are you okay? I thought we were going out for breakfast." And Pip's like, "No, something terrible has happened."
In another timeline somewhere, something awful has happened.
Look, legend has it that without her protector, Nutmeg, as beautiful and majestic a queen as she was, just could not fight against the Tarask. I found her bones, and I will do her justice.
I feel slightly better now.
The Tarask would have eaten the bones. It doesn't
No, I found them. No, they're mine now.
Someone else murdered Nutmeg and left the corpse. It was
Yes, you're accused.
We know exactly who.
Hey, do you want to try fireworks?
Cool. So you pull out a gun out
Anyway,
of nowhere.
I've made an Eldritch cannon that's the protector version, so everyone gets what I believe. Oh my goodness, I've lost the page. I think it's 1d8 plus 4 temporary hit points.
Okay. John, normally it would just replace, but I will allow you to choose which one you want.
So that's going to be 11 total.
Oh, well, I'll take the higher one.
How does the cannon give everyone temporary hit points?
I think it when it's ready, cranking.
Sure.
And then El Bandito goes, "Go get him, baby!" and just smacks its ass. And then fireworks come out of it, and each one a different color just goes and punks people on the head.
Extremely Borderlands. Very well done.
Yeah.
Good. So everyone gets some temporary HP. Lovely. That is a bonus action, I believe. Action? What is it?
That is both action to create and bonus action to give the temporary hit points.
Oh, it's tough being an artillerist. Yeah.
I know.
No.
But
really
I
good,
guess
but
my
you have to
question
set
is once other people's temporary hit points are gone, can I bonus action it to give them the same again?
Yes, you can. Yeah, once it's activated, you have it, and you can just do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Because you've got your arcane cannon, which is a separate thing because artillerists are needlessly complicated. But yeah, good.
Yeah.
You can just keep firing it forever if you want to. That's totally fine.
Yeah. But I guess it's going to walk about as well on the baby legs. Yeah.
On the top, inside the bus, we can just do.
On top. Yeah.
Does it have a sort of slightly animalistic elk-like gait, or is this definitely not the spirit of Nutmeg somehow inhabiting a cannon?
No, this is in honor of, but
see.
it's definitely not Nutmeg. It's definitely baby doll legs, kind of
So it's some kind of horrible abomination. Nutmeg.
I used to call her baby doll legs. Now look at her skeleton.
Now it's
I'm
genuinely
getting the bad kid from Toy Story vibe.
Yeah.
Sid.
Who becomes the bin man later in the later movies. But anyway, that's aside. Cool. So you have done that. at the end of your turn, the Tarask, annoyed that it has not managed to eat the tasty bus, is going to use its tail attack again and is going to try and smack the bus, just break it down.
Smack my bus up.
You say that though, but were we not holding evasive maneuvers action for when it tried to bite us to drive into the mouth?
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Do you want to drive into the open mouth? Because it's currently got an open mouth down. Evasive maneuvers were meant to avoid it, but
yeah, that's sort of to pull around, make it bite, and then straight through.
Then in which case it bit down and missed. The temporary hit points have been given. The bus drives into the mouth. Professor Mollusk, would you like to describe what happens?
I press my little what is that? My little silver cube. I say enchanté, and a big 20-foot steel tower just starts opening up a bit like the beam cam thing. Maybe it's similar technology. And we have what's it called again? An instant fortress.
Hang on.
The Tarask's mouth.
I want to check the rules on an instant fortress because I think there's some other stuff that happens if it impacts things.
Yeah.
It just shuts off and we're like, oh.
Each creature in the area where the fortress appears must make a DC 15 Dex saving throw. Okay. Are you jumping off the bus so it doesn't affect the bus? So you're landing in the mouth?
So I would throw it.
I see. It's an action to activate it, and then it activates where you are, which would imply that it hits you unless you can somehow throw it. I'm just checking. Rules.
I did not completely think this through.
Each creature in the area where the fort just appears, which isn't in either case. But if they were holding it, then how does that work? You can use an action to place this 1-inch metal cube on the ground and speak its command word. In other words, you can step back on your turn and that's enough. Cool. Then in which case I will allow you to throw it. That is fine. So you throw, and as you go, it opens out. The Tarask must make a dexterity saving throw. I'll do that. It is its worst stat. Fun fact.
Worse than intelligence?
Its intelligence saving throw is higher because it has a proficiency in it, but its intelligence score is lower. Rules! They're fun. That is a 15, so it passes, so it doesn't take the damage. But it is now currently...
It takes half as much.
Half as much. Okay, roll me 10d10 then. As it probably chips a tooth or two.
Unless you're aiming for the uvula.
Unless you're aiming for the uvula. I will allow that.
Always
do. It might be sick on us, and that's probably not ideal.
Oh, the whole of Faerun is vomited up.
Yeah, just like water deep.
The corpse of Mordenkainen and bats one of you in the head.
That's 29.
29?
Yeah.
Is that halved?
Yeah, that's half of 50.
Brilliant. Thank you. The track suddenly has its mouth being propped open, therefore it cannot bite down until it breaks it by a gigantic tower. Brilliant. Lovely stuff. Cool. I've used my bite attack and I can't, so it can try and it can use its tail attacks, but it can't reach a tail. It can use a claw attack. It's going to try and claw inside its mouth. I think it's probably going to try and grab the bus and pull it out. It's the smartest thing for it to do. I think it's an auto hit unless I roll a 1. Come on now. It's the Tarask. I've been doing really well here. It's not a disadvantage because the bus is stationary now. So that's just a flat roll. Cool. A claw reaches inside. It can't grapple with this. I'm going to use it as a grapple. So instead of doing any damage, it just reaches in and grabs hold of the bus and is going to try and pull it out of its mouth, but it cannot do that yet because it is still technically grappling. Cool. Right. So the bus you're all on has just been grabbed by a claw and it's definitely going to try and pull it out, but you're all still there for the moment. Pickle.
Right, good, yes. So I'm still on the back on the wrecking ball. Yep. I'm going to try and attack twice with that while everything's going on. Mm-hmm. First to hit is 25.
That is its AC, yep.
Okay, and I'll do the second to hit, see if it does. Does not hit.
Even inside its mouth, it's very, very tough skin.
Yeah. The one which I hit, I'm going to use a smite on, second level.
Sure.
Because it's a melee weapon, so I'm gonna.
Sure. Fine.
So let me roll my damage. What are you? Damage, what are you? 88 plus 4
Mm-hmm.
29 plus 4 is 33.
33 points of damage.
And then my smite on top of that is 3d8. 8 points of damage. Additional smiting.
Okay, cool. This is sort of glowing. From the outside, this looks very odd. Okay, good. That all happens. All of the strange pterodactyls don't want to be inside the Tarrasque's mouth. They are flying outside going, ah! He's very confused and upset. Liquid Otter. Naked Otter, now that you move the eye patch. It is your turn. Sorry, folks, just for reference, Solid Snake wears the eye patch on one side, and Naked Snake wears the eye patch on the other side for reasons, I'm sure, because it's Metal Gear Solid and everything has a reason. But yeah.
I think Solid Snake still has his eye, but Naked Snake got his burned out, so... And then we get into Metal Gear Solid 5, where there's multiple big bosses, so don't...
Also true, yeah. By that point, who knows?
Right.
Well, if you watch the cutscenes, you would know, Chris, but...
why would you watch 45-minute cutscenes?
So let's explain the Patriots.
Oh,
so the
God.
Patriots... so they're dead.
Raiden's a robot ninja now, that's all I care about.
Yes, absolutely. What's the plan? Are we extracting? Are we trying to save the bus? What are we doing?
Get off the bus.
Into the
Run
mouth.
inside.
How far? Because we're up. So the Tarrasque's got bent down to bite us.
Yeah.
No, but if we go down without the bus into its stomach, then there's a lot of acid down there.
Don't want to go that
You
way.
only need the soup to go into the stomach.
Yeah.
That's true.
We'll be, it might be worth if you moved over to the other vehicle and are prepared, for, our friend to, go inside.
Extraction.
I'm thinking extraction, baby.
Okay. Okay.
Please note, the bus is currently not grappled in the mouth, it's just there. Because it hasn't had a chance to bite down yet, and it can't because of the fortress.
I mean...
Yes.
It's grappled in the hand.
It's grappled in the hand. Sorry, it's grappled in the hand, not in the mouth. So yes, it's currently...
So if we got in the other vehicle, we might be able to escape.
Yes.
Presumably, yes.
Right, let's do it. Okay, put it down. Okay, AI or wherever you are, this is your bus. Please don't leave me, Liquid. I love you. Now's not the time.
Yes, it now has a functional AI. It's also a patriot. See, I did watch the cutscenes. Good. So.
It's also programmed with the voice of Hop.
Yes. Where are we going? You wouldn't leave me again, would you? We said we'd always be together. I'm turning it off.
Grim.
Yeah.
So you're going to move. There is a second vehicle inside the battle bus, as previously established. We didn't talk about it on stream, but we did plan it before.
Surprise!
There is a second vehicle that can be used to get out of dodge if necessary. Cool. So you're going to go and get into the driving seat of that vehicle.
Front click.
Cool. Okay.
Save the little dice.
Those are important, kids.
I will say it's part of the sort of undercarriage of the bus, so you'll be sort of like decoupling and moving away.
Yeah.
Like a cool Mad Max thing. Great. That will go on on initiative count 20. I have so many things to keep track of. Right. It is now the Tarrasque's turn. It is going to try and bite down and chomp, which would therefore allow it to swallow the bus. The tower is in the way. John, what is the AC of the tower?
The AC of the tower, I guess, is not going to be enough to counteract a Tarrasque.
I mean, it's made of adamantine. It's very strong. Adamantine has an AC of 23.
Oh, brilliant.
So I don't auto-hit it. Cool. In which case, it will chomp down and try and eat the tower. Of all the times to get it, that is a nat 20.
Oh, where's the Grey Cleric?
Now, rules. I love this. This is so good. It's a siege monster. It deals double damage to objects and structures, and I'm also critting.
Yeah.
Do I do 100 points of damage to it in one turn? Let's find out. That's a lot of dice. Oh, it's a lot of dice.
No.
What does it sound like, Chris?
What? Couldn't hear you. Dice. That's 54 points of damage, which doubled is
fuck.
108.
Oh no!
Is there any way we can stop?
Spangle tits, no!
So the roof, the door, and the walls each have 100 hit points.
Ooh.
Well, I'm just biting down on the roof.
Okay, so the roof is gone.
I will allow, John, what I will allow here is a con save for the tower.
Wait.
Oh, wait, what's this?
Can I silvery barbs this? When a creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself succeeds on an attack roll, you magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement. But yeah, it has to.
You can silvery barbs the attack roll to bite. I have a plus 19 to hit. It has an AC of 23.
But it's the damage I want to reduce.
I will re-roll the. Do you want me to re-roll the attack?
Get rid of the crit. It could get rid of the
crit. Yes, it would.
Good. I like these.
You tell him, Tony. You tell him.
Your
Look at the tower!
Damn it. That's only a 15 to hit. So 15 plus 19, 34 to hit. So it crunches on the tower and the whole tower just buckles and bends awfully, but it doesn't entirely crush the tower in one go. And I will say for visual here, it is rearing its head around. So there is sort of an inside it, like there's a lot of movement when everything looks like it's standing still. So there's a lot going on. Cool.
It's doing the Star Trek thing where there is just the camera shaking and everyone going, yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm still strapped into the seat and just politely sitting there listening to the radio.
Just still tapping on the side.
For no reason, the steering wheel just sparks at you like it does in Star Trek.
Yeah, perfect. Okay,
what
so
song is playing, Liquid Otter?
It was the last hit that Soleil ever got to perform before she got consumed. It's a terrible, bawdy song.
Right.
Yeah.
There's filth on the radio.
Absolute filth that I don't understand, still being a very innocent child.
Okay, in which case that's the bite attack that I can do. I can also do 2 claw attacks. I think I'm going to try... I've already got the bus grappled in one hand, which is where the 2 claws come from, obviously. I think it makes sense to try and pull the bus out of its mouth. I will allow, because otherwise we're going to get into ring roll of when we're in the mouth and we're not in the mouth, dex saves to jump off the bus if you want to stay in the mouth. Fair? If you don't want to stay in the mouth, if you want to go out, please. But if you want a dex save to stay on, please do.
If Wilby takes a dex save to do that, can Wilby deploy the internal vehicle onto the mouth? Or is that not a...
Interesting, because we are outside the rules here just to make sure that we don't get into a rigmarole.
Oh, yeah.
I will allow... Tell you what, Wilby, let's do this. Dex save for you to pull the switch fast enough that you drop the secondary vehicle and everyone else can leap off if they want to. It's up to them.
Deal. That is a... Did I get anything plus, or...?
It's a save. Yeah, +3.
Is it with advantage because of El Bandito?
No, that's only wisdom saving. That's only saving throws. That's mental saving throws, I believe. Yeah.
I see.
15.
15. Yeah, you pull the lever. The bus. Do you all? Who wants to jump off the bus? Does anyone want to stay on the bus?
It entirely depends on what Professor Mollusk is doing.
Interesting.
Professor Mollusk rolled a 2 as a -1 to Dex, so is a big, lumpy, sticky suit. So he was trying to climb up and say, I am not very able, I am a very old snail. And is stuck on the bus.
Is stuck on the bus?
Yeah.
Then Tony is holding on to the big hand of Slug and is just gently pulling me come along, Professor! Come on, it's time!
Is someone going to grab hold of Tony's legs as well?
Wait, we're inside, so it's only
can grab hold of Tony's legs too, that's fine. Yeah. Let's score... Go on.
Sorry, just Featherfall was cast on all of us, right?
Yeah, but then it landed, so it's done.
Okay.
I can't go again. I've used my reaction, I'm afraid.
I will allow, for story reasons if nothing else, that as the bus is removed, the vehicle drops out, and the 3 of you can pull Professor Mollusk in Slug off the top, so you're all still in the mouth, but Sparkle Tits is going. Clint, are you going with Sparkle Tits, or are you staying with the others?
I'm going rogue, and I'm going with Sparkle Tits.
Sorry, people. Spangle?
Sorry. Apologies. I wouldn't mean to offend.
Sparkle Tits was the previous bus that we drove into a lake.
not even a noble ending. Just drove into a lake.
The next one that's inside, the matryoshka of Spangled Tits is Spookle Tits.
Spookle Tits.
So I'm driving Spookle Tits now.
John,
you'd have your reaction back because you've had a turn, I think.
No, I just silvery barbed.
Silvery barbed on the
silvery barbed.
Right, so Spangled Tits is pulled out of the mouth with Clint in it. Cool. Then in which case, Clint, it's going to take it and it's going to flatten it on the ground.
I was kind of hoping for one of those, like sniper distracting them would be.
It was a very good.
This is how Clint dies.
Clint, jump.
I am going to rule that
Clint is committed.
The claw attack, if you will, is just bam, smacking it into the ground. That is a yes, Pickle.
All right. May I just add, at the beginning of my turn, everyone gets 2 HP back because of my bastard boy who is smoking right now. I'm sorry. I just needed to, let you know.
I am smoking.
It's been 2 rounds, so everyone has 4 hit points.
Hey.
Every little helps.
Every little helps. Clint, you have 4 extra hit points, which will have to save you from crunch, because it does.
As the bus is pulled out,
I always hated you, Wilby!
It's mutual.
Violent shade as you go, fine. The bus takes 29 points of damage as it is crushed into the ground. Is the bus still whole?
Bus is still whole.
Yep.
Roll the mishaps table because it's enough.
Oh god, I hope it's not. That's a 19. Let me find the mishaps table. A 19 armor failure. The vehicle's AC is reduced by 2 more until it's repaired.
Insult to injury again.
So it's 15.
Yeah.
At which point it will try and reach inside its mouth again to claw at, I think, the tower. I don't think it would have the wherewithal to claw at you. I think it would try and claw at the tower. So it's going to try and pull the tower out of its mouth. I'll just make it an attack roll. Seems the fair thing to do. Yeah, that's a 32 to hit, so it definitely hits. The tower takes another 31 doubled 62 points of clawing damage. So is that enough to break the tower now, John? Because I had 54 last round.
So 54, 62, that puts it on 116 so far. So
in which case, because 100 hit points is one of its contingent parts, I will say that it tears out that contingent part, and the tower starts collapsing in. The jaw you are in is closing. It's not its turn yet, so there's plenty of things that can still happen. It's frustrated, so it's going to put all of that attention on the bus.
Oh no!
It's go time!
It will lean down and horn it very hardly with its horns. It cannot miss. It didn't, but it can if I roll a 1. That is another 34 points of damage to the bus as it knocks it over and over itself.
Am I right in saying 169 there, Liz? I may have missed one attack.
Bear with. 106 plus 29 plus 34 is certainly a number. But what number is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's number Wang.
It's number Wang. No doubt it is number Wang.
That's number Wang.
169.
169. Lovely.
And a mishap.
Roll the mishap. Please make
That's
it blow
a
up.
5.
Please make it blow up. Please make it blow up.
Weapon destroyed. DM determines which weapon is no longer operational.
Oh, any one of them. I don't care.
As long as it's not a 20, we're fine. 20 if the vehicle does a 180 and flips onto its back.
It's already done that, Sam. It's already been bowled over immediately. And it's going to give it a final insult to injury and smack it with its tail as it goes. Don't roll a 1.
Chris is done with this bus.
I'm done with Spangled Tits. It's done. That's another 40 points of damage.
Okay, well, that's good to know. It's not a bus anymore.
Perfect. So as it claws, horns, and then swipes away, the bus disintegrates. Spangled Tits disintegrates, and Clint, roll me a dex save.
Rock and roll.
That's out. This is
far too far away from you, Pickle. No,
Yeah.
+3 on this.
Yeah.
That's a 16 plus 5, 21.
Cool. You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as bits of bus just flow. You are now out of the bus. You're just surrounded.
Still holding the gun, still with like the beam-shaped shield.
Fine with it, but all of Spangled Tits is now shards around you, and you are on your own, like 10 feet away from the Tarask, just leering down at you. But it is sort of like something's going on in its mouth that it's not 100% about. Cool.
We've all been there.
Yeah. We've had Pickle's turn. They're all busy. Is it Liquid Otter's turn again? It is. It's Liquid Otter's turn again. Everyone's had a turn, I think.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Are we all in? What is it? Spongle Tits? What is the end of it?
Spookle.
Spookle, not Spongle, Tom. I mean, really.
I just love the fact there's going to be wiki entries attached to it.
I mean, I just call it hop 2, so... Actually, I suppose it's technically hop 3, but, that was hop 1. So anyway...
Then I can't hop to it.
Yeah, well... So, we're in the mouth.
Yep.
Are we up off the ground still?
The mouth is currently... You don't know. The mouth is sort of half closed. You have no idea what's outside the mouth at the moment. You could probably just about make it out through the teeth, but... All of the people are currently, the 4 remaining in the mouth are all scattered around at various points in the mouth. It is not a defined, they're all in the car or anything like that.
You can hear muffled from a very long way away. I'm going to tear you a new anus!
Well, I'm glad that's part of the plan.
To begin with, it can't be new.
A new one. It's new. It's brand new. It's
exactly. It's fresh.
I'm going to tear you a brand new anus.
I will take the rucksack I have off my back, put it in the back, prepared for when someone gets in and they can attach what's inside to the car. I can't actually drive because the car's a separate thing.
If you're in the driving seat on the car's turn, you can drive the car.
Okay. Where is everyone?
I would say they are currently somewhat scattered around the place, but could easily, on their turns, make it to the car.
I will rev the engine, and to be honest...
Hang on. No. I've made an error. It was a Tarask's turn, and then all of that happened. So it's not your turn yet.
I will put my rucksack back on.
That's fine. It is actually Clint's turn next. It was a Tarask's turn. We did all the Tarask stuff. That's why I was looping. My bad.
Clint. Well.
Wellington Wells.
I'd kind of hoped some things would happen before my turn, but alas, here we are. Okay. I'm gonna go for 2 winging shots because the only thing I can hope for is to not get prone.
Go for it, mate. What do I have to roll? Saving throws? What are the saving throws?
It will be 2 strength saves, but I'll need to hit first. I've
pre-rolled 2.
Here, anyway. So that's a 16 plus 14 for 30. And a 9 plus 14 for 23, which one?
Yeah, 1 shot goes wide because you just sat on the ground like...
It's like nothing or just desert.
Like in a chair, just on the ground. 1 shot goes wide, but the other one impacts. The lowest roll I had for a strength save was 18.
They're both clear. It's fine, we'll roll damage. That's 27 points of damage. Mm-hmm. As a bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind. Because we are running out of options. So that's 1d10 plus 10 for 3 plus 10, 13. And then going to use full movement to run as far as possible away from
Are you
this
leaving
creature.
Matilda behind?
Oh, Matilda's coming.
In which case you can halve your movement, Sam.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to slowly drag Matilda across the sand away from
never leave a woman behind!
You moved 12 and a half feet. Not even that, you're small.
25 feet, so
yeah,
12 and a half
12 and a half feet.
You just got this really wide shot of this whole desert, like the gold catcher somewhere in the distance.
Oh no, it's right there. It's right there. And now you're on the other side of it now as well, and the view is harrowing at best. That's right. Good. Okay. I mean, I think I've got to do it. I don't see why I wouldn't do it. You're all in the mouth. I have got a legendary action I can swallow.
Look who's laughing now.
Okay. It makes a bite attack, technically. But you are all in its mouth, and it couldn't bite one of you individually, because that's not how the rules work. I'm going to say that with its final bite, it crushes the remainder of the tower, because I think we've already broken that AC, and it does double damage to structures, so it's done. And as it does, you all, and Spongle, what's it?
Spookle tits, Chris.
I'm sorry. All four of you plus Spookle Tits are suddenly washed towards the back of it. I don't know if you have the experience of being swallowed, but the tongue rolls back and you are all sort of washed back and are just, you suddenly realize that you are going down its gullet. And the four of you plus, yes?
I hate to be that Aarakocra, but if I'm flying, does that apply?
Yes, because it closes its mouth to create suction to do it. Yeah.
Fine.
You are all swallowed down into the Sarask's gullet.
Oh.
Water slide.
We want to see the positive side of things. HRH El Bandito.
Okay.
How one becomes a monarch.
All four of you and Spookle Tits squidgily and strangely land, and there is acid pools and dripping acid from the ceilings all around you. Professor Mollusk, it is your turn. You will take... Oh my god, that's a lot of dice. 54 points of acid damage at the start of your turn.
Oof.
Are you still conscious? Unbelievable. Amazing. Love it. You are all realizing very quickly that this is a terrible situation to be in. Like Spookle Tits is like burning and hissing. All of you are just like, oh god, like this is death. This is death. We all know it. It's coming. Professor Mollusk, is your turn.
Gather around me, mes amis, mes petits pois, come here. It is not ideal situation. The plan did not go perfect.
I love that Professor Mollusk is inside a little like glass shell, so is currently fine. But all of you are like, screaming with your
I'm in the car. The radio's still playing. I'm like, maybe now's not the time. Hold on. I take my earpiece out, attach it to the Wi-Fi. I'm like, again, we got to make it a solid thing. I mean, just sitting in the car on one side, like, hello, I'm here. I'm on the call.
Sorry, I can't hear you, mate. Got bad connection.
This is my Ottercon. So,
oh no! Oh god!
You love puns. You love puns.
Editors, if you can make any kind of visual effect and the sound effects to make that happen, I will love you forever. Good. Right. The others are around you.
This is not the ideal situation, but this is what we came here to do. And Professor Mollusk will start activating different bits of the SLUG. Panel's going to start moving away, and there's kind of a light is glowing from within him. Bits are falling away. I would just remind you, once I do not have the SUG, I am not very fast. If someone could help me exit the building, it would be preferable.
How many hit points do you have as a tiny ass slug?
I don't know. It's homebrew. I imagine like 2.
So I'm going to take him out of there before he starts to turn in there. I'm just saying.
Single drop of acid.
It's done based on when your turn is. You're fine for now.
A level 10 slug. A level 10 slug. Maybe we say 10 HP.
It's still not enough, mate. You know it.
And in the center of the SLUG, the thing that powers Professor Mollusk is this very sticky ball, bits of wires and things going on, and different colors of mucus moving around in this amazing rainbow pattern. And at the center, backlit from this light, is a key that's spinning around in space, and then very, like, center of a mech suit.
A silver key, perchance?
It could look silvery in the light that's shining around it.
Gosh.
So that's where that went.
This may cause some temporal dimensional disruption. Hopefully, we will end up somewhere more interesting than the stomach of this task. But there are worse places in the universe, I am sure. And I'm going to hit a couple of buttons, and I'm going to activate the SLUG dimensional thing.
If this is Neon Genesis Evangelion, then surely there's a lot of like moving parts, and the whole suit like unfurls and becomes this maelstrom. Nice. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we've got a lot of that going on.
Roll me a D100.
I love that while we were all burning to death, Professor Mollis took the time to make that monologue.
I said, I'm fine. I'm just in the car as it slowly sinks down. A sad music plays. Just like...
That is a 97. Oof. I have no idea what that means though in this context.
Okay. It spins and starts powering up, and all of you, like, slowly, like, bleeding from all bits, just watch as this thing starts spinning and powering up, and something's happening, but you're not sure what. El Bandito, it is your turn.
May I use a bonus action?
Of course, yeah.
Could I use it to drink a potion?
To drink a potion?
To drink a potion.
Of course.
Well, it would have been in the past.
I know, I'm sorry. I was being snide. Go on.
Just before the suit completely disappears, I will press a little button, a little tube will come out, and I'll drink a potion of flying. Just in case I need to, like, slug out of there.
I love that you've got... If you start your turn in there, it doesn't matter, you're a slug. Yeah, fine, cool.
You're also restrained and blind. But that's an aside.
Technically, yes, but you know.
The flying snail evading all these acid droplets like fucking Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird, it's a level of Flappy Bird that we all wanted. Good. El Bandito, it is your turn. At the start of your turn, you will take a lot of acid damage. Do you have any resistances or anything like that? No, definitely.
Bear with.
Sorry?
Bear with.
Oh, sorry, bear with.
Is it magic?
Nope, it's just acid.
Nope.
Bye, princess.
$46 points of acid damage.
I think I might be okay.
Are you shitting me?
10 HP.
Yeah, it's 10 HP. How many points are you on right now? 3. It's your turn. This, like, the slug is powering up and doing something very peculiar, and you're not quite sure what, but at the moment, it's still doing that. The key on the inside is also spinning quite wildly, and you're getting a small black dot is starting to form in the center of this whole contraption.
So do we need to be here or away?
Anywhere but here, madame.
Okay.
What is the geography of the inside of the Trask?
Well, you're currently inside the first stomach. It has 3. The first one is all acidy, the second one is all lightning, the third one is all flaming. That's a thing. That's a real thing. So, if you want to... Why?
But, like, if I was trying to get back up to the throat, is that, like, 30 feet away? Is that a climb? Is that... Or I can Misty Step that?
You can Misty Step places you can see, right?
Yeah.
You could Misty Step up the gullet out of the stomach, so you're sort of halfway down the gullet. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Great.
It's hand-waving a lot of things here. Go on.
Okay. But can I kind of see beyond that? Or, like, can I see that there would be an angle?
You can probably see the uvula just about, if you look really closely.
Sure. Oh, hang on.
Because it does have that sort of forward gate, so it would have quite a straight shot. Gullet. I can't save anyone else. I can save the professor, but the professor has already taken a potion of flying. The professor also has 2 hit points right now. As you know, we said 10, didn't we? 10's fair. I'm sure that's about right.
Very high-level snail, thank you.
So we'll take that on the start of his turn. So we'll be able to, yeah.
Am I right in assuming that knowing that this was the plan, Professor Mollusk would have like activated the shield thing. I could scoop him out, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna scoop Professor Mollusk out, and I'm assuming he weighs less than 5 pounds.
I mean, he weighs less than a pound.
Well, actually, this might be a problem then, because catapult requires you to use 1 to 5 pounds of weight.
I will hand wave that if you want to catapult Professor Mollusk out of the mouth. I think that's the funniest thing I've heard in a very long time.
Some of the metal off, make a little disc like a frisbee, and then
Yeah, I'm gonna make him a little surfboard. Like a tiny little surfboard out of just some scrap. I'm gonna dig into my trash. I wrote down a list of things that I have.
If you cast catapult, you cannot cast Misty Step.
Why not?
You can't cast 2 spells in one turn. You can take him with Misty Step. You can Misty Step with someone.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I will say that you've got 2 people here, one of whom cannot fly.
I can fly.
You can fly?
I've got something in my rucksack. I can fly.
I can fly.
Have you got a solid snake-style thingy to... Oh, my God.
I've got a Fulton.
Oh, okay.
I told you, extraction.
Yeah. I hand-wave magic items for you to do whatever you needed, so yeah, fun.
Okay.
So you can Misty Step with the Professor 30 feet up, which will put you some way out of the acid, so I won't make you take all the damage.
Sure. That's disappointing that I can't catapult him, but that
you can
actually
catapult him,
makes
but then if you catapult him, you can't do anything else, so you are dead.
I mean, I could wrap myself around you and we could both take off together if you like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If you can carry me, I'm going to catapult the Professor.
It's much fun. I agree.
I was planning to lift the car, so I think it can carry both of us.
I can also carry you, but...
That's a good point.
Sure.
Let's go. So you've got someone else there who can fly, who can make this a lot easier for everyone.
Fine. So El Bandito is just like stood proud on top of Spookle Tits, like picks the Professor up, futtocks around in her bag of holding. I renamed it something stupid. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Something with tits.
Something with tits.
No, I think it's like her Tony's spangly sack or something stupid.
Oh, nothing to do with tits.
Balls.
Balls.
And I think what I pull out is
You should have called it as a storage deck upgrade.
it's an empty bean can, tin of beans can,
Sure.
and pops the Professor in it, and then just goes like,
Good luck. Fly well.
and it just catapults you 60
Talk me
feet.
through the rules of catapult, please.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't do damage to the object. It does damage to the surface that it hits.
I'm trying to work out what the best way is. What happens next?
The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, the creature must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, the object strikes the target and stops moving. Oh shit, no, when the object strikes something, the object and what it strikes. Oh, maybe I don't do that.
I mean, the object's destroyed. Maybe the press is just...
So you just vaporize.
Trust me, you'll be safe.
Maybe.
You bring your thing back to Flick, and then something's like, "Hi, Tony. I don't normally do this, but this is your conscience." No.
I tell you what. I tell you what. Roll a D100.
Please don't vaporize the Professor.
There might be gaps in the teeth. I trust you.
80. No. 8.
80. No. 8. I'm going to be polite. John, would you be horrified if I vaporized your character?
No, that's totally fine.
You take the catapult and you're like, this is going to be great. I'm going to shoot him out the mouth. It's going to be fantastic. And you fire it and it just fires up and impacts the side. You just hear a sort of faint shriek as boom, 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 boom.
Just before you catapult, the Professor will turn his little head and you'll hear in the telepathic sort of it, I trust you. You are exceptional. You are my best student. I think you are incredible. Do it. I know you will hit.
I mean, she did hit. You weren't wrong, Professor.
You fire it off and there is a faint... How much damage does it do?
3d8.
You need to roll it, because if it goes over his hit point max, he's then annihilated in one go. Them's the rules.
It
Please
might
roll
be
3 ones.
Yeah, you might be fine.
Please.
13. Yeah, it's enough. So, no, it's not. It's not over hit point max. So, you ping, fire it off, and this bean can, from the outside, Clint, you just see the trash go as some strange impact noise bounce around its chest a little bit.
Clint recognizes the sound of a bean can. He's very, very interested in whatever is about to come.
I also just go, God damn it, Clint! And then I'm like, oh, wait.
And then the bean can falls back down with an unconscious snail in it and just hits the ground next to you, Il Bandito.
Back down next to me? It was supposed to go up.
No, it bounced up, and then because it impacted the size, and you rolled an 8, it lands back down at your feet.
Well, we tried.
I'm going to pick the can up. And,
Professor Mollusk is unconscious inside the can.
I can't. I don't think I can. Because that was a.
That's an action. You can't cast another spell with bonus action. You
No.
could use the temporary hit points, but that wouldn't revive anybody.
No, well, I will do the boost, so everyone gets another. What was it?
It replaces temporary hit points if I don't have any. John, you can have temporary hit points, but 0 hit points, which they get taken off before you loot, fail, death save, and that sort of thing.
For sure.
Oh, I mean it's 7, but I'm gonna take it because I lost mine.
If you want to, you can replace them, but you don't have to if you don't want to. In other words, if you already have 10 HP right now, you don't have to replace them with a 7. You can just say, I don't want them. It's fine.
Does my Eldritch Cannon also take damage?
Yeah, it would take.
It's on top. It's on top of the car.
You know what? The complexities of this, we're getting to a point of ridiculousness. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
I'm going to say that Nutmeg is immune to acid damage for reasons. Cool. Pickle.
Good.
At the start of your turn.
Everyone gets 1d4 HP, I'm just saying, because that's what happens. Which comes first, health or death?
It has triggers outside. It takes it at the start of each of the. Okay, so yes, at the start of this turn. Go on.
Okay.
You take the hit points and then also the damage. So
everyone gets 3 HP.
Not everyone.
Apart from Clint.
Oh, are you still here? See. Does that mean Mollusk's up again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Professor Mollusk now has 3 hit points and 7 temporary hit points.
Professor, I tried to get rid of you, but you came back. Why did you do that?
I did not want to be batted from you.
You're so sweet.
No, it is because your aim was terrible. What are you fucking doing throwing me in a can?
Oh, fuck you.
Pickle, you take 53 points of acid damage. Are you still up?
I have 10 HP.
Brilliant. What would you like to do on your turn?
Okay, so...
This thing is still spinning and whirring, and the black dot in the center is getting larger.
So, Liquid Otter, you have some capability within yourself to go, right, okay.
I can also take other people if we need to.
I really feel like Professor Mollusk might be best in my capable hands.
Pickle,
no offense.
You could pick up El Bandito and Professor Mollusk. He is so small that you could easily carry both of them, no questions asked. You can't carry the car.
Right, okay. I mean, I would like one hand free, but okay.
I'll allow one hand free. Why not?
Jolly good, right. Your Majesty, if you wouldn't mind getting on my shoulders.
Of 19 or something, you can definitely have one hand free and be holding both of them in one arm. That's fine.
And Professor Mollusk, stay well. And I'm going to Misty Step, then fly the rest of my movement upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way, I would very much like to hit with my flail.
If you hit the uvula, it'll open its mouth.
Sure.
That's just biology.
Let's do that.
Wang the uvula to give yourself an as you go out the mouth. That's fine.
That is the anatomically accurate term. You do, in fact, wang an uvula.
Wang the uvula.
22 for uvula?
It doesn't hit because its AC is 25. You wang it, but nothing happens. You're in the mouth, but its mouth isn't open right now.
Maybe I wang it, and because of the nails in it, it just stays there, and I let go.
Cannon, love it.
Oh,
it's got a flail. It's got a +3 flail stuck to its uvula.
Well, it did something at least. Here we are. Yes. Good. And I think that is jolly well it. I just hope that Liquid Otter can get out of there, because if not, he's fucked.
We're about to find out. Liquid, Naked, Otter Wilby, you are, at the start of your turn, even in the car, you will still take the acid damage.
The floor has melted now.
I will say that parts of the car are like seeping in, and then sort of like the air itself is suffused with this acidic quality. You can't escape it.
Because I'm going to open the roof, I say I'm burning myself as I'm climbing out as well. So I think. Yeah.
Are you? Hang on. When you say you're opening the roof, are you opening the sunroof, or what are you doing?
Is there not? Do we not have a sunroof?
Oh no! I thought you were. Are you opening the sunroof at the start of your turn?
Well, I was thinking it was a hatch, but now I'm just like.
Love it. Great, no problem. At the start of your turn, you take. It's so many dice. I love this roll. 53 points of acid damage.
What is it?
16d6.
Still up.
Still up. Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Well, everyone's left you again.
You are like, no, go. I have a plan.
In front of you, like just behind the car, you can see that this whirligig of metal bits, the black ball in the inside of it is swelling out and out. And it's not just black anymore. There are faint sort of star teardrop style shapes inside it as it swirls outwards.
Oh, Tom, also Nutmeg is there.
You left Nutmeg there.
Well, I was carrying the professor. Nutmeg is small size. I am small.
I kneeled down and was like, I would never leave you.
Does your character know or care about Nutmeg? It's a really important question.
I get the hook.
Okay, so you can see this thing behind you, and it is your turn. You've taken the acid damage. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, Nutmeg, wish me luck. I pull the ripcord and the balloon.
What is the item this is based on?
Oh, I've just based it on an actual Fulton.
It's just a weather balloon.
It's a weather balloon.
Does it have an in-game thing at all?
I homebrewed it. I can tell you in real life it pulls you up 100 feet.
Sorry, I love that.
There's yellow text form on it that says balloon.
Yeah.
I homebrewed it, I can tell you in real life.
Please tell me that what happens is yellow text is Fulton underneath. It's just a balloon, really. What is the width of your Fulton balloon?
6 foot.
And it can go 100 feet up like that?
That's what, when I was looking into how actual Fulton works, it
How
pulls
much
you up.
weight can it carry?
Well, they could be used to pull up cars, which was the plan, and I as a little otter and a little robot.
Okay. You have themed it well. You've done your research. I cannot argue with any of that.
Yeah.
Cool. The car starts lifting up with this balloon attached to it out of the stomach as this weird whirl of metal happens beneath you. Sure. Again, you are up. Is it an action to activate?
Yes.
Cool. So you activate it with an action, and you and the car are now also up, heading up the gullet towards the mouth. Clint, the Tarrasque looks very confused.
Clint is very confused as to why the Tarrasque hasn't eaten him yet, but
It's currently standing there going sort of, there's weird stuff happening inside me. I don't know what's going on. Cool. Right. Wilby, you are also out of the stomach. You've all done exceptional work here. I cannot fault any of you for this.
You've just passed a flail on your way out as well, attached to the uvula?
Do you want me to try and grab it through the window?
I mean, sure.
Picking up an object of free
I don't
action, you're
care.
welcome to grab it through the window as you go.
I twist it as well to pull some of the uvula out.
Okay.
I would never leave you behind, Flail.
Oh, what's your
Soft
name?
nutmeg.
The flail is called some other name that has important meaning to one of your characters.
Little Darkling. My beautiful baby boy.
Oh, it is a boy, yeah.
Yes. No, it's not that one. It's the other one.
Shut up,
This
Liz,
is
it's a
one.
boy.
Fine.
Cake and
To the bit,
Chaos.
everyone.
It's named Cake and Chaos.
It's named Cake and Chaos. Good.
Cake and chaos.
Right, you are all in the mouth and in the stomach. None of you can see this now, but I will describe it for everyone's benefit. This whirligig of metal continues to expand and grow. It is the Tarask's turn. I did say it would take 1 round before it activated, but the Tarask is currently, with an intelligence of 3, very, very confused. It won't claw at itself, it won't swallow because there's weird stuff going on. I don't think it can really do much. I think it will do the only thing it can sensibly do in this situation.
The person shooting at it.
No, it's an animal.
Hairball is up. Hairball is up.
Well, it's an animal. I think if there's something in it it doesn't want, it would try and regurgitate it. I think that is fair. I think it's going to spit everything in its mouth out, so all of you go flying out towards Clint, so you all end up in the same place, what you do. And you are all deposited out of the mouth.
Oh, for shit's sake!
I want to fly and go. Do I get out? Do I just keep going?
I think it spits you out and you sort of...
You're meant to be skyhooked.
you walking in the air up and out, and everyone else just lands awkwardly. In fact, can everyone please make me a dex save? Well, it does that. Let's do that.
I'm flying with them. The others.
Oh, actually, Pickle, you don't take it. None of you, because you're flying with everyone else, so you can fly out and land. I think that's fair. Yeah. No dex saves, that's all fine. No, Clint, you're fine. Everyone can make their way out. The car continues to float awkwardly up. I presume you have a method of like deflating it sensibly and not just falling a long way.
That would be a sensible idea, wouldn't it?
Did you write it on the item that you made?
I did not write it on the item that I made.
But you didn't write it on the item that you made?
No.
Then you keep floating forever.
That's fine.
you wait until a plane large enough to collect you comes along.
I play the radio. Just me and you, Hop.
And Nutmeg, who you somehow also got back.
Yep.
Good.
And my flail, but okay.
And Little Darkling Boy, which is what it was always called.
Again, I touch the Otacom and I'm like, I'm going to come down at a point. I'll drop coordinates.
You want to come down now?
I mean, I will die, but maybe that's what I...
Do you want me to come and get you?
Yes, please.
Okay, well, I'll come in a moment. I just need to drop these ones off, and then, yes, there's a bit of logistic, but and there's a Tarask, but
if you throw Nutmeg up into the top of the balloon, I can tell it to explode, and that'll bring you down pretty quick.
Yes, Tom. Throw Nutmeg up and watch Nutmeg explode.
Do. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, interference.
The Tarask will turn and it will try and move to run away, and you will all note as it moves, it howls in pain, and you can see parts of this whirring metal cut through its skin from the inside as it is now stuck. The metal's now stuck in place. This whirling hole in reality. It can't move. It will move around a few times trying to get it out, realize it's in a lot of pain, be very angry and frustrated, and look at the lot of you who are on the ground in front of it.
Hello.
What is going on? I cannot see anything from inside this tin.
I'm gonna angle the tin.
Oh shit! Put me back. Like in the fantasy.
Everything in it is saying, eat them, they are awful. Also, something weird happened when you ate them, don't eat them. I think it is fair with an intelligence of 3 to roll an intelligence check. Yeah, that scans. That's a -2. It just looks confused. Like it wants to attack you, but also eating you is bad. It's never had something taste this bad before, if you will. So something weird is going on. It doesn't like it. Liz, you were going to say something? Or
I was just about to ask Professor Mollusk, what's happening now, dear? What are we meant to be doing?
Well, we should probably try to get a bit further away. I don't know completely what will happen, but it will be bad for the Tarask and possibly for us.
Oh, well, I should have done. Are we out of initiative? Are we in initiative?
Still initiative.
Oh, okay. I'll shut up.
Right, Clint, it is your turn.
Okay, so is the Tarask is looking at us?
It's looking at you. It can't move any closer to you because of the strange whirling bits of metal in it. But it is. It's looking confused and angry and frustrated.
Okay. Clint is going to first of all try and fire off 2 shots with the antimatter rifle because that's it's pretty desperate. Everyone else in the air at this point, right?
Sort of hovering, like Pickle and Professor Mollusk and El Bandito are hovering around near you for sake of ease, while Liquid Otter is slowly floating higher and higher away into the sky.
I'd consider in character shooting will be down, but I don't think that's an appropriate thing to do.
I mean, job done. I did try and beat you up earlier. So.
And I want to get my flail back, so...
Feels a little harsh, I will say, but...
So that was a natural 1, followed by a...
Hang on, and that 1?
That 1 plus 14, yeah. That 1.
That 1. You still got the engine mishap table open?
Yes, but I'm not in a bus. Yes, I do. Oh, sorry, who am I? I'm shooting the Tarrasque, but if I'm shooting Wilby, that's fine.
No,
sorry.
you're shooting the Tarrasque.
Engine mishap.
Yeah, roll me a d20. Let's see what happens.
That is a 9. Caustic smoke. Thick smoke spews from the infernal war machine to engulf the creature occupying the helm. The creature takes 5 acid damage. If its eyes are exposed, it is blinded until the end of its next turn.
Your gun starts smoking horribly because we've already established it's itself on fire, and you are blinded and take 5 points of acid damage from Matilda as
Is she still functional? The second shot missed as well. The second shot was a 5, so that's 19. I'm going to action surge.
Roll the second shot with disadvantage because you're blinded right now.
Sorry, it's already... Because you want another nat 1.
Yes, I do. I want this gun to explode in your face.
That was fine. That was a 10 plus 14.
Never mind. Do you want action surge? Do you want action surge, Sam? Do you want action surge?
Oh, yeah. I'm action surging.
Good.
This action surge, realizing Matilda is no use whatsoever, dumping the remaining jar of pickle juice all over Matilda as these pickles slowly slop out onto the gun, and grasping into a pocket for something very familiar. A very rusty
can of beans,
stained can of beans, and will whisper, "One more time for the road, beans, baby beans," as a 30-foot geyser of bean juice erupts towards the Tarrasque. There is no way the Tarrasque can fail this saving throw. It's a 13. I think it's a strength save as well.
I could potentially fail it. I didn't.
PC 13.
I could potentially fail it, but I totally didn't.
And Clint will just drop the decanter of beans in shock that none of this has worked and just start running away. 30 feet.
Cool. All right. Top of that turn. Watching the Tarrasque, you all watch as it seems there's a horrible crunching, popping noise as it appears to sort of lose about half its mass. And with a horrible it is sucked into a whirling ball of energy that's now about 15 feet across, and the Tarrasque is gone. You have no idea if it was damaged by this, if it was hurt by this, you have no concept of, but it has vanished. The ball continues to grow.
Is that part of the plan?
It is not part of the plan. The plan was vague at best. It was an improvisation.
We are still in initiative. Professor Mollusk, at the start of your turn, can you please roll me a... what's the best saving throw for this? Being blown off its strength saving throw, please.
+3.
Professor Mollusk is still in a tin held by Bandito.
Okay, then I'll say that you don't need to, but you are entirely beholden to our Bandito's roll.
That's fine.
No strength save, but it is your turn. It looks like this effect is not stopping.
I would
the
like
ground and sand around you is slowly being pulled up into this planar tear that you have created now.
I will just come out of the tin a little bit onto Her Royal Highness's finger and say, I think we should move quite quickly, and I will cast haste on you. And then I will... I don't have my suit of armor anymore, so I can't give myself temporary hit point. And we'll go back into the tin.
Okay.
I can enchant anything to be armor. Can I enchant the beam tin?
How long does it take you to make the armor?
I was just going to check.
If it's an action, then fuck yeah, you can make yourself some armor out of the beam tin. I think that is choice.
If it helps, I have a bag of holding full of trash.
It doesn't action. I'd rather give you haste. I feel like that's,
but for future reference, that's an awesome idea. Keep it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you cast haste on.
This will be the centerpiece of my next armor.
El Bandito, at the start of your turn, make me a strength saving throw.
+3.
So good at those. That's. 6.
Now, technically, you're
+5.
So wait.
I'm going to give you a flash of genius and give you +5.
Technically, you're still being held by Pickle, right?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are you happy for you and Professor Mollusk's roll to be dependent on Pickle's roll?
Sure.
Cool.
I may hold on to
pressure,
the flash of
Pickle.
genius.
You all start getting pulled towards this thing. And you note now that it is expanding further and further and faster and faster. Right. Any actions on your turn, El Bandito?
Oh, right. Did we no, Spookle Tits is gone.
Oh, no, it isn't. Spookle Tits is up in the sky over there.
Oh, yeah. How far away?
At this point, it went 100 feet up and then it's floated lazily, so let's say 105 feet away.
That's quite far.
Yeah, it is.
See you on Busy Bees 4.
Oh, there is no Busy Bees 4.
Fine.
This universe, you've just torn a hole in.
If I did an action that had a movement speed, would that get affected by haste, or is it just my person?
You are currently willingly being grappled, so you don't have a movement speed.
Great.
Unless you want your 11 to carry.
I'm good. Haste allows me to do 2 actions, though, right?
Yes, it's very specific on what those actions can be.
Could you please read it to me, John?
I can. So you can attack. You can. That's the one I know off by heart. And now you can definitely use an item.
You can use an item.
And
hang on, getting it. That's what I was going to
attack, one weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action.
I don't think I have anything fun.
I don't think I have anything fun. Yeah, can't cast 2 spells. That was the main thing I was checking.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
If I magically made Pickle move, we're still being carried, that would move all of us, right?
Yes.
Great. Cool. I'm going to cast Vortex Warp on Pickle.
Does Vortex Warp affect everything the Pickle is holding?
I magically twist space around another creature I can see within range.
Mm-hmm.
It says nothing else about what it's carrying.
One could argue both sides. For the sake of brevity, yeah, you can Vortex Warp Pickle away. That's fine.
Great. And the thing is, it can go 90 feet. So,
wow. Real close to liquid.
Yeah. I'm just going to Vortex Warp us all after that balloon.
Apart from Clint.
Yep.
Yeah.
You did real great work.
Actually, that's a
You
good
forgot
point.
your beans.
Actually, that's a good point. Sam, can you roll me a D10, please?
Clint is currently. Let me find my D10.
Yep.
That looks like it has 10 sides. That's 4.
Okay. Because you're blinded, you're not even running straight or line, you're sort of angling away.
Roughly in the direction of the Godcatcher without realizing.
I have just realized something actually about Vortex Warp is that the chosen space that we go to must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target.
I would allow, because Pickle can fly, that if it's willing, that it can be a flying creature being taken to the place where it can fly. I wouldn't bother with that. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Fine. So as long as Pickle is okay, failing a con saving throw.
I would fail it every time, my dear. If I could.
Yeah, then we do that.
Yeah. The 3 of you are away.
And Liquid Otter, if you choose Nutmeg, will turn to you and like a solitary little firework will. If you would rather have 6 temporary hit points, you can.
It just sort of comes and gets me in the other eye. And I'm like, oh, why does it hurt so nice?
Okay. This vortex of planar energy will continue to expand, and as you watch this, Clint, you keep trying to run away from it.
Clint has like doffed his revolvers. It's basically just out to his shorts, running as fast as he possibly can.
It is swirling bigger and bigger and larger, and as you all look down on it, it looks like it is it has no sign of stopping.
Yeah.
Pickle, would you take everyone across to the car and land on it, apart from Clint, who is running on the ground?
Yes. Clint is getting eaten.
As the 4 of you, are sat on the car, there is a faint popping noise, and there's a figure stood with you on the car, just watching this happen. They're wearing quite colourful robes, and they just look at all of you, look at all of you.
Was that intentional?
It comes a bit of column A, column B.
Right.
On the plus, the Tarrasque is no more. On the minus, we don't know what this is.
That'd be good.
Your coat is great, by the way.
Thank you. That is going to keep getting bigger now.
Right.
Huh.
They take a silver key off a chain around their neck and sort of...
Right. This continuum, this space-time, you follow? Yes? This plane, yes. Will now... Okay. Where you are now, this space and time is now going to get entirely consumed.
Uh-huh.
Which means that everything and everyone you know is gone. Forever.
Well, that was the case already.
Oh. Well, then I think everyone... I mean, it's not great. There's a whole realm of existence that's just gone now. Just finite, done.
There was Clint, but...
yeah, we got a friend down there. We were going to go pick him up, though.
I mean, his last words to me was how much he hated me, so I'm a bit...
Shrapnel tearing at his Achilles heel. It's just like crawling.
You gotta pick Clint up because oh fuck, what's the name of his gun? I should know that. Matilda and Nutmeg haven't had a chance to be properly acquainted, so we need to pick him up.
I thought you were going to say married there. And I was like...
Look, I don't want to rush these things, you know? They've not met yet.
I ship it, whatever that means.
Okay. I can get you lot out. In fact, I can probably make it so that everything that is currently in instead goes out. So it goes to other places. Just willy-nilly, randomly, goes away. It does mean that your place, where you are from, is gone forever. You'll appear somewhere. I can try and take you places. It might be more random than that. It might, because at this point, space-time's getting a bit woozy.
And you do see, like, closer to where this thing is happening, like, where things fall into, they sort of, like, turn back into, like, trees and then vanish, and some of them just disintegrated.
It's all gone a bit wibbly-wobbly, if you will. So, I can remove all of you and possibly people who used to be here as well before this happened. But you will sort of appear randomly in different bits of everything. Maybe as you are now, maybe as you were younger, I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's very rare that a plane literally destroys itself. It's very impressive. It's very impressive. So. Well done for breaking space-time. It's very impressive.
I was going to say we're sorry, but you're welcome.
I think it's a bit of column A, column B, honestly.
I mean, I think the most thanks needs to go to my dearest Professor Mollusk here. He was instrumental in this.
All his idea.
It is a little nothing. If it is possible, I would like to go back to when I was just an ordinary snail. It is very complicated to have so much intelligence as he.
I have absolutely no control over it. So I will try and remove everything that I can from this plane before it ceases to exist, but then you will be scattered to the far corners of the multiverse. You could turn up literally wherever or whenever you wanted to.
Can I still keep him?
Keep the clocher.
The tin can with Professor Mollusk in.
I think it's fair to say that it's either entirely up to you or random chance.
I think that's the same either way.
Good. Right. Well, if you're all willing, time is, well, sort of in essence, but this is sort of going to happen forever backwards through time in this plane as well. So it is, whoever did this, really well done. This is a disaster of plane-breaking proportions. It's really quite impressive.
It was very much a team effort. I cannot take all the credit. I just found the key.
And you mentioned a Tarrasque. Does that mean, that's going to randomly turn up somewhere as well? Well, there you have it.
Do we have a moment to pick up Clint? The little.
Don't worry. I'll very much go get your friend.
and maybe because it is very dear to me, Liz, the player, could you pick up that bean tin as well and make sure he gets it?
Absolutely, of course.
Clint has lost his shorts now. Full on running naked.
Clint's naked, just grabbing sand, frantically throwing rocks, whatever he can, towards this sphere that is growing.
Yeah.
Finds a bean in a crack under his armpit. Even that's going.
Oh wait! Before we do anything, I just want to try. Hang on, hold this.
Passes the professor over to Pickle. Have a look in my.
Hello?
Oh, it's just, yeah. I'm just going to pull out the next bit of trash in my bag, which is a bowl of melted boiled sweets, and try catapulting it at the thing. Just to see.
It goes in, and some of the sweets reform into sweet, and then actually grow a wrapper, and then, or some of them just turn into ash. It's a complete mishmash of entropy and the opposite direction, time moving backward at the same time.
Cool.
It's very impressive, although time is now getting, it might be a good time to go. I'll go and get your friend, but if all four of you are willing, then, well, I might see you again. I don't know. You might literally cease to exist, or you could appear in some form of yourself anywhere in the multiverse. Isn't that fascinating?
Well,
young man, what is person? I do not know. Sorry, I should have
quite all right.
Inquired before. What is your name?
Oh, I'm Gatecrasher, one of the many.
That is a title. That is your name.
That's technically a homonym that we all share.
Oh,
like Prince.
Much like Prince.
Oh, that's the time police.
That's the vortex.
We just hear a quiet, incorrect! And we're like, right, we need to go.
Yeah. At which point, if you're all willing, you and the rest of the Busy Bees timeline disappears out of existence, only to reappear potentially in fits and starts elsewhere. Including Clint. Clint will also be saved.
I had no repercussions for my actions. Pow pow!
What this does mean, my friends, just to be very clear so you all know, these characters and any other Busy Bees characters could appear as regular characters in any other game if you wanted them to, at any level they were at any point like that, because the Busy Bees timeline, as was, is done, but all the pieces within could end up elsewhere in the multiverse. See, wiki writers, it all makes sense. It all makes sense from the start. Apart from all the stuff that Nat threw in about this also being in the other worlds, which it isn't. But
no, this is the effect. No. Time rippled, and all the inconsistencies come from this point. Yeah.
There was a nutmeg in this version of the universe as well.
That is also
because she is
possible.
Queen of the Forest.
That is potentially possible. I will take it. Anyway, that is where we're going to wrap up. Thank you so much, mates. That was a lot. You didn't even get the Tarrasque to half hit points. You were really close, but you didn't quite get it to half hit points.
It's like 250 damage.
Not enough. Nowhere near enough. These things are monsters. It's the whole point. Anyway, thank you for joining us for this Lovely little one-shot with some of my favourite people. Wonderful stuff. Thank you all so much. If you enjoyed tonight, we play every Monday and Tuesday from 6 p.m. British Summer Time. That's 10 a.m. Pacific Time. This was Monday. On Tuesday, we will start a new show at the last resort of Mercandraw Bog, which Liz is DMing and Nat is in. Would you like to tell us anything about it?
Oh, is it the first episode?
First episode tomorrow.
Well, we might be going on a cruise, people. We're gonna go on a cruise through a bog. And it's gonna be a cruise through a bog. I'm excited.
We've also had character reveals, so Nat, you're bringing Granny Valka back.
Valka's coming back!
Yay! Lovely stuff. Looking forward to that tomorrow. And then next Monday, we start another new show, which is Anarchy in the Astral Sea, which Emma's DMing and Sam and I are in.
And get about it!
It is absolute carnage and we're having a wonderful time. But yes, we get to go to the Astral Sea. Just perfect timing for Spelljammer being announced. But yes, that is what we are doing next Tuesday. Also, these are all at 6 p.m. British Summer Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. We also have Talk Together on Fridays, also 6 p.m. British Summer Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, where we chat to other people who we play with and other people who we know in this TTRPG industry sphere and talk about the TTRPGs and the stories. And it's very pleasant to join us for that on Fridays, same time. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/RollTogetherRPG. You can find all our content archived at youtube.com/RollTogetherRPG, and everything is available as a podcast as well. Just search for Roll Together RPG on your favorite podcasting app. Massive thank you to all of our sponsors and supporters. The wonderful D20 Club. This was your idea. I'm going to remind you all that you wanted this. We had fun. I hope you had fun too. Yes, join them on Patreon. There's a link in chat. Don't forget we're on social media as Roll Together RPG, and thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Bye-bye, my friends.